From the Gettysburg Museum of History Studios, high atop Baltimore Street, in a maximum security facility complete with central air, it's AG Today.
Hey, I'm Gary Edelman.
Hi, this is Wayne Motz.
Hi, I'm Joey Ceraci, and you're listening to Addressing Gettysburg.
And that's the coolest.
And that's the coolest.
Hi, this is Caroline Janey, and you are live on Addressing Gettysburg.
I love this podcast.
You're listening to Addressing Gettysburg Today.
The mayor was there.
Bullshit.
Take it from the rear.
Okay, sorry, I don't know where I was. I was still getting everything set up, and I wasn't ready to
You're
talk
having way
yet.
too much fun with your soundboard.
It's good to just take a deep breath and go,
That helps.
It does help. It does help. I'm sorry, Courtney. Hello.
Bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Now you can turn the intercom off.
The interwebs.
Because we're getting we're getting both there. How are y'all doing, ladies and gentlemen?
Little Double, how y'all doing? How y'all doing?
They're doing great, man. They're
Oh,
doing
that's
great.
good. It's so good to hear from you. Let me pull up the live stream here and see what everybody's doing.
So we let's see, where do we begin, ladies and gentlemen? So many exciting things occurred. Did you know that?
Oh, no.
Yes.
Tell me all the excitement, Matthew.
Well, not a lot.
Oh.
Really none.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to put a title in.
I
the
think
show.
more people were hit by cars last week.
They were,
really?
but don't talk about it because it's in
Wait,
the news.
what?
No, that's a preview.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No buildings, but people?
People. Now we're moving from buildings to people.
Was it bad?
You'll have to wait.
See, I can't have the Walk Tallers write a song about that. That's not funny. No. Buildings are funny, not people.
Okay.
That is not funny.
More casualties in Gettysburg.
Oh, God.
Don't be a casualty.
Was it really? Were any of them really bad though?
I didn't read that closely. I don't know.
More people are dying in horrible ways in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
I hope not.
Oh,
Their current conditions are unknown at this time.
there's Mike.
Current conditions are unknown.
6 questions.
There's 6 questions. How you doing there, Mikey? What's going on? Ah, look at Mike. There he is. Looking all happy. Mike, how are you doing? Where are you now in the guide exam process?
Waiting to do my field practicum in September.
All right. You nervous? You excited?
Yeah, sure.
All right. You're a little bit of both.
I would want to get it over with. Aren't there people that are doing it like around now?
They are. They split the group into 2 groups.
Yeah.
First one went in March. Second one's going in September.
Ooh, did you hear about any of them?
What's that?
Did you hear about any of them?
Yes, I did. A lot of the people I knew made it through, and now they're preparing for their oral exams, and I'm a guinea pig.
You looked way too happy about that.
Yeah, and leave. All right, never mind. So, meaning that you're going to pretend to be a tourist. Is that what you mean by a guinea pig?
Yes.
Okay.
I am putting Mark out there as a guinea pig as well. Mark is a great person to take out on the field because he literally could not care less. And so as a person to take out on the field to learn what it's like to have a bunch of people that don't care.
Yeah,
he's great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. We love Mark a lot at this show.
Good for not caring, Mark.
Yeah. Isn't he great?
The world
Listen,
needs everybody.
Even the people that don't care. Because you know why? Sometimes the people that don't care teach us that we care too much.
Yeah.
And I think we need the people that don't care once in a while.
People are starting to think that I make Mark up, that he's not a real human, because they never see him.
I mean, obviously you know him better than any of us do. But I will say that when the few interactions I've had with him, he's not anything the way I imagine him to be based on your description. He's more talkative.
The first time you met him, you thought he was mad at you. Admit it.
Yes. No, that time I did. But when you guys came over to the house,
Yeah.
He was all right.
Yeah.
He was playing with Ezra.
Yeah.
And he, was alive a
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Maybe because they're on the same level.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They are.
Is that?
That's
yeah.
really what it is.
God, I'm hungry. Are you hungry already?
Honey, I live in hunger. I never stop being hungry. I look the way
those
I do.
lottery tickets I was brandishing before.
They smelled like food.
No, when they come back winners, we're gonna have catering here every Thursday. Oh, we're only doing the show once a month after May, but still, when we have the show every Thursday that we're here, we will have. Oh yeah, I'll have food, even though nobody's here.
Drop in, yeah.
It'll just be sitting downstairs on the table.
Can I just come in every Thursday anyway?
Well, sure, and clean.
Love you too.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you're still available Sunday, we can clean.
We are doing
yes.
it. What time?
Early afternoon, 1 o'clock. I don't know, something like that.
All right.
I'm going to go to the Civil War show on Sunday morning. Now, wait, you're working at Sunday morning, right, Court?
I think so. I'm going to be at the Horse Soldier Saturday, and depending on how many people we need Sunday, it'll either be my day off or my day on.
Great story, Courtney.
Wow.
No, but if you do go to the Civil War show, I'll go with you.
Yeah. Well, why don't we do that? Why don't we
I'm
all
not
go?
working, I'll go. I want to check out some stuff.
Okay, so then why don't we do that? We'll all meet in the
unless
morning.
Cindy's doing something entertaining, and then I'll go with Cindy.
Well, I don't know. Cindy, what are you doing? Are you coming with me to the show and then coming here? Or are you going to do something else and meet us here? Or what are you going to do?
Well, I haven't thought that far because you just told me you were going Sunday.
No, I told you this morning. You've had a lot on your mind.
Well, no, because originally you were going Saturday when I was working.
Right, but Court's not going to be there Saturday, right, Court?
It's not even worth going.
Either be on or off.
On Saturday, no.
Well, we'll figure it out.
Sunday, maybe.
Unless Cindy wants to go get drinks, and then I'm going with her.
It's Sunday morning.
That could be. You can go do that too. Cindy, I bet you don't drink.
Only with Cindy.
I would drink before the show.
Cindy's goal in life is to get me intoxicated. I feel
That is such a lie. Such a lie.
Just blew my eardrum.
That's an excuse. I can be your excuse. It's fine.
Okay, I love you. She's my what is it when you
Spirit animal.
No, that too. But when you guard somebody, like your
Guardian angel?
No.
Angel who
mind.
guards?
Never mind.
Color guard.
Prophylactic.
No, Cola guard.
What?
No.
Colon guard? Colon guard. Cindy's my colon guard, says Bethany. On the latest edition of AG Today.
Where else do you get this kind of content? Where do you get it?
Right. Where else in Gettysburg can you get such lowbrow content as Bethany's colon guard? Proud to bring it to you, ladies and gentlemen. So Monday, we had the Addressing Gettysburg's Business Network's first mixer.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say it was a success. And Cindy worked her buttocks off getting that thing together. And had there was some chaos in the mix at first. She thought, oh no, but everything went fine. There were a lot of people there. What, 3,000-4,000 people, something like that. At least, right? Court was there. He met Bo, and he was all
starstruck.
Yeah, like pathetically so.
Worse than me.
Worse than when he met me.
Oh yeah,
Court was like weird when he met me, but with Bo, it was
cried?
He spit out his Manchenko cheese.
Is that how you say that?
No, it's so okay.
Isn't it Mansuego?
Let's go. No, it's not that either. Let's go back. So Saturday, I went to a wine tasting with Reza.
Okay.
So he had an extra ticket. His girlfriend was like working or something, and Cindy's like, Matt'll go because it was a Spanish wine tasting, and I'm not a wine guy, but I like Spanish wine.
Yeah.
So she's like, Matt'll go. So she set it up, right?
Uh-huh.
And we went, and it was very good.
Yeah.
Right. The food was great. The wine selection was fantastic. What made me laugh was the the tripping over words trying to pronounce the Spanish.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
And that was funny. So one time, like, a waitress came over and she has a platter and she's like, this is what was it like? Marinated artichoke hearts and manchego cheese or something like that. And then my favorite was she comes over and she's like, "This is assortment of marinated olives and gabagool." And I go, "Gabagool? Like, what are we on The Sopranos? Gabagool?" So that made me laugh. That made my night. But it was very good. It was delicious.
Good.
They did a really good job with it. It was at the barn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they did a really good job with it. And so that's what the manchego thing was. But anyway, Cindy did a great job. So round of applause.
Yay,
Cindy.
It was very, very nice.
Yeah, it was. It was very nice. A lot of there are a lot of people there I had never seen before.
That's nice.
You go to the other functions and it's all the same people. But this one, it was not, because you know what? I said to some people, I go, well, this is free. Mm-hmm. You don't have to be a member to come to this. Mm-hmm. Like, if we're really about business, then let's all get together and whatever. And, maybe down the road we'll have events that you'll have to pay for, but you don't have to be a member to come to a mixer.
Yep.
We want to know everybody. We want everybody to get to know each other.
We want them to mix and mingle.
We want to mix. We want to mingle. And we want to look like Kris Kringle. Okay.
I'm sure that was successful. Is that real? Was that real? What the
shit.
heck? That was terrifying.
Oh, Matt's got the curse words out. Potty words.
Oh my God, that's funny. That's the thing that I used to do back home in Jersey, and Court. Apparently, it's also in his repertoire as well.
Oh, just laughing hysterically for no reason?
No, doing that specific laugh until you cough or you exaggerate the cough.
Ready?
Oh.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. We make ourselves laugh and clear out our lungs.
Bethany, are you okay?
I don't know.
She doesn't know. She doesn't know.
I'm concerned. There's veins coming out on your head I've never seen before.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's really good. It gets the blood flowing.
Guess?
Wow.
What did you think?
The guests are leaving.
Yeah.
They're like, this is not what we signed up for.
I can't believe I have to follow this.
Yeah. No pressure.
Oh my God.
One day Court was in here with me, and Court's, I don't know if you could tell, he's in relatively good shape, right? Better shape than I am, right? He's good shape. Yeah. And, he does the gym, the working out stuff. He does the vitamins and the supplements,
He's got good arm
right?
muscles, yeah.
Okay, so he's got this, I'm sitting at the desk back there, and I hear this rustling behind me, and I turn around, he pulls out one of those giant Ziploc bags full of just all these vitamins. And he's going through them, and he's like, riboflavin? Offering me, he's like, then he goes like, niacin? He goes, niacin's really good. And I go, why? And he goes, well, it kind of like, you can feel your skin tingle, and it's kind of like a burn because it's all the blood rushing, but it gets the blood flowing and everything like that. So I'm like,
that's
sure.
Heart failure.
No. So I'm like, sure, I'll try it. So he gives me 2 capsules.
If he didn't have a stroke from this, he's good.
I'm all right.
So you
well, wait.
So you give him 2?
Well, it's not fentanyl. It's niacin. So he gives me 2 of them.
It's not fentanyl. 500
milligrams each, right?
Yeah.
So we're sitting there, and like a half hour later, all of a sudden I feel my face getting flush, and
he starts the scratching.
I'm itching like a heroin addict everywhere, just going like, you're just itching all over the place, flush red. It's an itch. It's a burn. It's a burning itch.
It's an internal sunburn,
and it jumps all. It's an internal sunburn. That's a good way to put it.
Chernobyl.
It jumps all over your body, and so you're chasing these itches and everything like that. I get home, my feet are itching, my legs are itching. You can feel it course its way through your body. And I get home and I tell Cindy about it, and she looks it up and she's like, "It says the recommended daily dosage is 25 milligrams."
I was going to say
we took 1,000. And this guy, I always know when he's about to start itching because his face gets really red now. I see it, and I'm like, it's coming. And then he's like, oh.
You got to ride the lightning.
Yeah. That's a lot.
I've gone up to 3,000 before.
That's insane. Why do you do that?
To see if my liver fails.
Yeah. What are you trying to do? Hurt yourself? Did you ever read the side effects of too much niacin?
Yeah. Like organ damage and stuff.
Yeah. Organ damage.
Yeah. I don't do
hemorrhoids.
it all the time. I don't do it. No, it's like a chicken.
Wait, is Dr. Foos listening right now? Because he better be. He better be listening right now because he's going to tell you exactly what you just did to yourself.
Yes. Please.
We've got you guys playing over here at Urgent Care. There's no better time to give a shout out to addressing Gettysburg's official medical provider, Gettysburg WellSpan Urgent Care.
Yeah.
And the staff over there.
We've got you guys playing over here at Urgent Care.
Saved almost everyone's life here in this room at one time or another.
Me, multiple times.
Multiple times? Oh, we got a multiple. We got punch cards.
Mike has them on speed dial.
Have you had Dr. Foos?
Yes.
Yeah, he's
great.
He's a fan of the show. He's a Patreon.
Yeah.
He's a subscriber. He's
Doc Foos came into
in the hoose.
He brought Chris Gwynn in because they're friends. They went to school together, and he brought Chris Gwynn in one day. We were recording a show, and they sat in the back there for a little bit. Then they had to go pick up their kids, but it was cool having them in there. It was nice to have Chris in here in a non-official capacity. Just as like a normal person. Yeah. Yeah. That was a lot of fun. Just for the, little bit I got to talk to them. But yeah, no, it's good. So are they listening in Urgent Care today? Do we know?
I haven't been texted yet, but I
probably
no, I feel it.
You feel it?
I feel it. They're
in there laughing their butts off about how much niacin you take.
Yeah. So what an idiot this guy is. We're going to see him soon.
Yeah.
Is what they're
Somebody
saying.
get the gurney ready.
Yeah.
Well, actually, years ago I read
just to have a room on hold for Court Micker
for the,
oh my God,
the
can
niacin
we
award.
Please have a a Urgent Care with an
We have
AG,
a niacin overdose
with an AG sticker on it.
Dr. Foos to the niacin room, stat. Dr. Foos to the niacin room, stat.
Oh God, Court's here.
I read years ago that it lowers your skin cancer risk.
So what do you
specifically the flushing?
At 25 mgs.
No. You get that from your diet. I'm going way beyond.
Yeah, no kidding.
Sometimes more.
I don't even understand why they make it in 500 milligrams.
I love
immensely,
you too. Yeah.
But you
barely
are
know
pale
him.
enough that you don't need to worry about skin cancer.
That's the thing. I never burn. I only brown.
Jesus.
If you're gonna say it like that, I can't handle you.
You ever had rattlesnake?
We're officially on to a different topic.
Okay.
Oh.
So, Debbie, you went to a cabaret.
I did.
What'd you do there?
Jazz hands.
What good is sitting alone in your room?
Oh gosh, no. No, I went out to the Gettysburg Community Theater Friday night. They had a 1960s themed cabaret.
Back in high school, They were doing Cabaret. The musical that year was Cabaret.
Good music.
And one of the kids in my music theory class wrote the dirtiest words to it.
Oh, I can only imagine.
And I wish I could repeat them. It's not that kind of show nor our audience, but
when we go out for dinner.
oh, I'll sing the whole song to you at the diner.
Please do.
Anyway, so 1960s Cabaret. What's the difference between that and the Nazi Germany Cabaret of the movie Cabaret?
This was more like a musical review. You had a number of people, I don't know, maybe like a dozen or so.
So it was an actual cabaret. It wasn't the show Cabaret.
They were, singing popular songs from the 1960s.
Oh.
Yeah. It was good. It was great fun, and they invited people to sing along.
Like Tie a Yellow Ribbon or the
Eve of Destruction.
Eve of Destruction.
No.
What songs? Baby Love.
Yes, that was one of them.
Thank you. Oh, let's see if we can guess them. So was it the whole 60s?
Oh. Was it multiple genres of music?
Kind of. Someone did do one that was country, but someone did an Elvis song. There was a trio that did several, like a medley, thank you, of like girl group songs.
Sure.
So it was a
Mr. Postman. Mr. Postman.
Yes.
Let me see.
Martha Reeves in the face.
Yeah, Dancing in the Street. Or no, that's a tough one.
Heat Wave.
Heat Wave. Your love's like a heat wave burning in my heart.
Not that one.
Oh.
Basically, all the songs from Sister Act.
Yeah.
There were a couple you would recognize from Sister Act.
Right.
Yes.
That Dionne Warwick song.
Right? Say a little prayer for you forever, forever, and say my heart and I will love you.
I think so. I did a whole month, so it's hard to remember all of them.
Well, that sounds fun. So you don't remember any of them besides the ones that we've mentioned?
Well,
are there any that you can call out without our help? Did you sleep through the whole thing, or
very much not?
Did you enjoy it?
Harper Valley PTA was one of them.
Something about the Billy Joe and the Tallahatchie Bridge or whatever that song is.
Yes.
Is it that one?
No, that's the one about the mom who calls out the PTA that's telling her she's dressing wrong.
Yeah.
No, the Tallahatchie Bridge one's a totally different song.
So who did you go with?
I went with Veronica and Kathy were there.
How are they doing?
Victoria.
Veronica had a birthday yesterday.
Yay, Veronica!
Or was it yesterday or the day before? I don't know what today is. Day before, I think.
Thursday.
Yeah. She has her birthdays on Tuesdays. And what else? So then that was good, and you had a good time there. Veronica and Kath were there. Did you guys get up and dance and sing, or was it just sitting there listening to people perform?
We sang along. There was no dancing, though.
Were they singing along to a band or to tracks?
Oh, no, they had a band.
Oh, good. Thank God.
What would be the point of going and not dancing? I'd be up in my chair. Out of my chair.
There's not a lot of leg room in those theater seats.
Have you ever been in the community theater?
No.
There's not much space in there.
They typically don't have a lot of leg room in the theater seats there.
We can fix that.
Yeah. All right, good. And let's see. Oh, big news announced by the little drum. What's it called? Drummer Boy. What is it? Union Drummer Boy. Thank you. They had comedian Matt Rife in the
and his sweetheart
Cynthia Rife.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's him. No, it starts with an M.
Is she famous?
Mira Morris.
Never heard of her. What? I mean, I'm old, so I don't know.
She is a influencer and model.
Okay. Well, all right. So Matt Rife, comedian, was here.
And he was all over town.
He was all over town.
He apparently wrote on his Facebook or Instagram or something that he is now in love with the town and he would love to come back or something to that effect.
I actually got a message from him saying, stop by the studio to see if you were in there. But apparently you don't live in your studio, which is a shame because I would have loved to have had him on the show. Funny guy.
Funny guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yaha.
Okay, wine tasting, did that. Debbie went to the cabaret. Matt Rife looked first appearance. Oh, you looked at your first appearance on AG Today.
I did. I looked back. It was awful.
Why'd you do that? Never do that. You never look back in time.
No, I was looking for a picture for marketing, and so I Googled myself, and it came up.
Really?
Yes.
Oh boy.
And it was awful.
It was awful.
It was awful.
Why was
There's
it
a lot
awful?
of hands.
Now, is this when we were over at Colby's studio?
Yes.
And so you were
Eric,
you were the
producer,
guest.
was there.
Yeah, Eric,
Yeah, I was
producer
the
there.
guest.
Right, you were the guest.
And a lot of hands.
Yeah. You're quite
I try
handsy.
so hard not to.
All right, well, that's good. And so you didn't like it, though.
No.
What was besides the handsiness? What didn't you like about it?
The funniest part of the whole thing is I think I was probably 4 minutes in when I mentioned being from Clarion.
Really?
So like it is,
and you know what's so
it has
funny?
been an ongoing joke from literally the first time I was on the show.
Yeah, and it's always made me laugh that you say that like it's a badge of honor.
It is.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, it is.
it's a interesting topic of conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm from Clarion.
Mm-hmm.
People are like, "Where's that?"
No, they all say, "Wow,
Pennsylvania.
what amazing town! I love it so much." When I was there, it was amazing. It was the best place I've ever been ever.
Why'd
That's
you
what they
leave?
said.
No.
Yeah, why'd you leave?
Because I am a history nerd and I like Gettysburg.
No history in Clarion?
No.
What is it like living there? Like, not growing up there, but what is it like there today?
It ought to be a lot like where I'm from.
Oughtn't it?
It is a very slower pace. Things are a lot cheaper.
Slower than here?
Yeah.
Things are a lot cheaper. Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
Get a house for $5.
It's like we're on an island here. Like it's like it's as expensive as Hawaii almost.
Yeah. But not
really.
Like to me, Gettysburg is the city. Like there's a lot more people here than
This is a city to you.
Yeah.
Because of the tourists. But in the winter, it's not a city.
there's just more to do. Like you don't have to go 45 minutes to go to Target.
Yeah.
You know.
We do now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Since we moved out of town, now we do.
But like it's just
But there's a Super Walmart 17 minutes away.
yeah, see we don't have that problem.
Where's that? Hanover?
Wainsboro.
Oh.
Waynesboro.
Yeah, they're out on the other end of the county now.
Yeah. We're literally on the precipice of insanity. Like we are like only a few miles from the Maryland line.
Your mountain
Military base out there.
Sidear.
Like,
yeah.
you're
King of the mountain?
Yeah, it's quite impressive.
We're literally on top of the mountain.
Yeah, it's quite impressive. And in the dark, it's terrifying. I don't like driving up to your house at night.
Well, yes, we have lights all over the place because, bears.
It's just very turny,
Battlestar Galactica.
twisty-turny, and I just get very...
It is, but it's really not. I mean, there's...
And then all of a sudden, you're like going downhill really fast, and then there's a turn. And
yeah.
It is, but in a much more real sense, it's not. That's another office quote.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. All right, listen. We have some guests today. Did you know that?
do.
They're in the back. They're scared. And they're Erica, Duffy, and Miranda. Is it Wisor?
Wiser.
She's wiser than you and I.
Don't doubt it.
And they're from the Adams County Library System. You say to yourself, what are we going to talk about with the library, right? It's just a place with books. Well, that just goes to show what you know, which is nothing. Nothing.
Got him.
Got him indeed. We're going to talk about some things. And you're also going to enjoy this conversation. They're actually interesting people to talk to. We don't get guests who are not interesting to talk to.
No, and Erica actually is funny, and she thinks I'm funny, and so therefore she's cool people.
Yeah, you should have heard before you got here. She was
like, good Lord.
Bethany is so wonderful. I love it. I'm like, oh, please. And then you rang the bell, and I was like, Saved by the Bell. I don't have to hear this. We'll be right back after these words.
We'll be right back. But will we? Stick around and find out.
Hey, enjoy the new feature. There's a countdown on the commercials. Okay, bye.
At Digital History Pioneers Foundation, we are about grassroots history on digital platforms. That means we are about podcasters, documentarians, YouTubers, and even TikTokers. All of these creators are out there trying to share their love of history with the public. They don't need ideas, they need funding, both from viewers and corporate donors. DH Pioneers' initial funding focus is on the Civil War era, with a special emphasis on the Addressing Gettysburg podcast. So be a vital part of the unique content Addressing Gettysburg has in store by donating at dhpioneers.com and help bring your love of history to the people. Digital History Pioneers is an IRS Section 501c3 approved charitable corporation that makes any donation tax deductible to the fullest extent of the law.
The Gettysburg Museum of History, located right here in the center of Gettysburg, PA. Owner and curator Eric Dorr grew up here and has spent his life collecting and preserving history through artifacts ranging from the Civil War, the Battle of Gettysburg, World War II, presidential items, pop culture, and more. His museum is free and open to visitors Wednesday through Sunday, 11 to 5 p.m., where you can stop by and immerse yourself in some of the most amazing artifacts that you would never believe exist in the middle of Gettysburg. If you're a fan of Band of Brothers and Everything Easy Company, you'll love his exhibit featuring the Dick Winters collection and artifacts from D-Day. You can even own your own piece of history by buying one of the many relics they have for sale in the museum and on the website gettysburgmuseumofhistory.com. The Gettysburg Museum of History is a non-profit 501c3 organization with a foundation that allows all purchases and donations to keep the museum operating and open free of charge. They have been featured on the History Channel, the Travel Channel, the Smithsonian Channel, and the Science Channel. Now you can check them out on American Artifact, the series on the YouTube channel, The History Underground. So that's the Gettysburg Museum of History at 219 Baltimore Street or the gettysburgmuseumofhistory.com.
You're listening to Addressing Gettysburg.
Back with Matt and Bethany on AG Today.
Oh, yeah. You definitely let it go all the way. That's very good. The late, great Colby used to always cut it off too soon. And it always upset me. And I said, damn it, Colby, what am I not paying you for? We have Erica Duffy and Miranda Wisor from the Adams County Library System, and they are here to talk about how wonderful it is to read, is what we're talking about today. Reading is fundamental. Riff.
Fun to the mental.
It's fun to the mental, but it's really difficult for the rest of us. Hello, ladies. Welcome. Welcome to Addressing Gettysburg today.
Having us.
And you're very welcome. And so this is your first time hearing about this show and on the show, and it is probably surreal for you. Probably almost as interesting as if you had met Matt Rife when he was in town. Isn't that right?
Oh, certainly.
Yes.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I didn't know it was live, and so she didn't either.
Oh, really? Well, no pressure, because like I said, nobody watches. So it's okay.
Not true.
There's 4 people watching now, so it's okay.
No, there's more than 4.
Oh, 47. Okay. Well, 47. Could be a 470. It would be a lot worse.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry. They're a fun crowd. Okay. So now Erica, you're the development director for the Adams County Library System. What does that do? What do you do? So you're not really a librarian. You develop what?
Yes. I am not a librarian, and I have to say that the librarians earn major kudos because they go through a whole bunch of school and programs, and they have masters, and I don't have all of that.
Really?
Yeah. What I do have is the interest in developing programs to raise money.
So you're more like fundraising.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
I'm the one who says, "Hi, how are you? How much money do you want to donate to
How
the
do you
library?"
do that? How do you do that? I hate that.
Well, it's hard. So no matter how many times you try and engage and ask for money, I still get like the palms kind of like, ooh, and I get really hot and sweaty. But once I start talking about it, I'm fine because, people use the library. So we have to have lights. And if you like the AC or the heat, we have to pay for that.
Right.
And if you like the programs, we have to pay staff.
Sure.
And,
people need to go in there and give themselves baths in the sink.
We have collections of books and things. Yeah. So I feel very strongly that it's worthwhile to donate to Adams County Library.
Sure. Okay. And then you have you ever had somebody just kind of laugh in your face? Like, I'm not giving you that. I'm not giving you any money. Like, anything like that ever?
No. Usually when I ask, they say, sure. How much?
Really?
No, I don't.
Can you give me their names and numbers?
I know. Well, believe it or not, fundraising is about making relationships and getting to connect with people. And so I spend a lot of time getting to know our community and people that work here, that do nonprofit work here as well. And it takes that building of relationship. And really, somebody who may not even have ever attended the library before are starting to come after talking with me, getting to know our programs, and because people just don't know what we're out there.
So here's something I've always wondered. And Miranda, you're the executive director of the library system. Okay, so with the internet now, what? And I'm not trying to be rude, but this is something I've wondered. What do people need a library for anymore?
That is probably the most asked question that I hear.
No,
That's
I don't
why
feel so
I was
bad.
laughing.
Okay.
So not laughing at you, but totally.
It wouldn't be the
at you.
first time.
No,
today.
It's a fair question. Have you ever encountered a paywall?
Yeah, I have one.
Okay, there you go. That is the core of why you need a library. So a statistic that I like to throw out a lot is the people in Adams County saved $10 million with their library card last year simply by borrowing books instead of buying them.
Okay.
That's not trying to monetize our programs. That's not trying to monetize our databases or anything else. Just from books, that's $10 million back in the county.
Okay, so now I like to buy books because I want to look like I'm intelligent, but I've never cracked any of them open. I just have them in my bookshelves. Excuse me.
That's not true.
But so that makes sense though, because I do know people who still go to the library. I've never asked them, what are you still going to the library for? Just, can you find out the information online? And the answer is, yeah, but
there's a paywall.
There's either a paywall or you can't trust the information.
Exactly.
You can't, if you want to read a certain book, you either have to buy the book or some of them are in the public domain and they're on like Google Books or something like that. But if you want a newer book, you got to go to the library or you're going to spend the money.
Or if you want information you can trust.
Right.
Yep.
So do you still use the Dewey Decimal System?
We do. If you're familiar with the Dewey Decimal System, we still have it.
I'm familiar with the term.
You're familiar with the term.
I don't remember how it works.
That's okay. We're happy to help you find the book that you're looking for.
Oh,
Very
perfect.
helpful.
Perfect. Is it is that the same as the card catalog? I remember the Dewey Decimal System and the card catalog. Is the Dewey Decimal System how the catalog is arranged?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
now it's coming back to me.
We don't use the cards that you might remember from elementary school.
There's now a
From
computer.
the 80s.
It's all computerized now. You can search our catalog from wherever you are.
Okay.
Right from our website.
Oh, so if we're talking about a book and Beth's like, oh, it's the greatest book, I just read it and blah, 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 but it fell in the river and I can't let you borrow my copy, I can go, let me just go and see if the Adams County Library System has it. And then poof.
Yes. And if we don't have it, you can also request it from our website.
And you can get it from another system. Is that usually how that works?
Yep.
So, okay. So now you're the director of the Adams County Library System, not just the library in Gettysburg, right? So like there's other libraries all around the county and you guys can swap books or whatever if you need.
Oh, yeah. We have a courier service that runs every weekday between the 6 locations around the county.
All right, good. So now, Erica, how is the library funded besides donations? Does it get like tax dollars and all, or how does this all work?
Well, I'll share some of that answer with Miranda. She has the technical stuff. 30% of it is raised by donations and municipalities and endowments and things like that. So it's a good chunk of our budget that's being raised by our community.
Okay. And what's the other 70%?
Well, a little over half of our operating budget each year comes from County of Adams, and the remaining money comes to us from the state.
Okay. Go ahead.
I do want to point out that each library in this system, because I patronize all of them,
Gold star,
are kind of very different. So, like, for example, I look up on the library's webpage for a certain book, and I've noticed that, like, Biglerville Library has a lot of children's books. Like, that's where I usually end up finding the kids' books that I want. And then if I want, like, classic literature, that seems to be Littlestown Library. And if I want, like, romance and mystery, then that seems to be Gettysburg Library. Like, each one kind of has their
totally
niche
Go
of
into
things.
that.
Oh my gosh. Each library branch has its own like vibe going on, and they're the patrons that go love their librarians, love their people that work there, and they all have just like a different feel to them when you go into them. So it's kind of cool.
So they each have their own character.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. And are they staffed by characters?
Yes.
Yes.
They probably can't say that, but I can. Yes. There's so many people at the different libraries that I absolutely love. Not to pick favorites, but Robin at the Gettysburg Library, who's in the kids section, is one of my favorite humans of all time. She should just be on the podcast. She should take my place. But she has such a unique way of looking at events and at looking at things for kids that her and I vibe really well, especially when I was working at the Children's Museum. And I really think like she just seems to get what kids would be interested in, even though she's an adult. So I really enjoy her. And then there's a girl at the Littlestown Library whose name I can never remember, but she's a sweetheart and turned like, as soon as Ezra walked into that library, she was like, you could tell he was like, I don't, like he wasn't sure about life walking in there because he's like, I have all the books I want about dinosaurs at my house.
Okay.
And we walked in there and she was like, here's like 17 other books that you probably don't have. And now she's like Ezra's best friend.
Then were these books about dinosaurs or were these books about other topics?
All different things. And that's what makes going to a library so cool is I will say to you 110%, if your kid at home right now says to you, I don't like to read, it's because they haven't talked to somebody about what's out there and they just haven't found the right book.
Well, it's like I always say about history's not boring. Your teachers were. It's just the way things are presented to you that gives you the impression of them. But you're right. You have somebody that can actually like show you the excitement of reading and kind of imagining things as opposed to just being spoon-fed images and it's so. How is the library a community hub?
Go ahead.
We are definitely becoming a third space for sure. But one of the things that we're able to...
What are the first two?
My home.
Work,
and the library. Okay. Wow. Okay.
I spend a lot of time at work as my home. I've been here working for the library for 4 years now, and our programs and the things that we're offering the community have just exploded in content and in we have things available like how to apply or understand Medicaid. Or if you want to know about a will, we have somebody who will come in and talk to you about preparing for a will. We have nutritionists coming in, yoga people coming in.
Nutritionists?
Yes.
Yes.
You've been attending the nutrition one.
Yes, that was a really fun 6-week series that we had.
6 weeks?
Six.
Who's
You
got
had-
that time?
Well, I made the time because because I wanted the class and the recipes.
Yeah.
But I think what makes the library a third space is really whatever your interest is, chances are you can find like-minded people with the same entrance or interest at a library program or in the library.
See, they didn't teach us this in school when we were going to the library. They didn't present it this way. I mean, maybe it wasn't back in those days.
It was like that.
No?
No, I think this is a new era of what a library can be and is for the community.
So is it like a reinvention of I mean, the internet has had to have hurt libraries across the country. No.
No.
So I guess our school system
revolutionized what we can offer.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
But it is true that not every library system has embraced this third space, as you call it, as we are very, very lucky.
Yeah, so that's I guess what I'm getting at is that libraries like you have revolutionized or evolved, I guess is the word, into using it for something other than just a place to go and have some old lady with those half glasses yell at you for talking too loud.
This is not those scenes from Ghostbusters.
This
is like,
although I don't like being
much
the
better.
first one in. Like the I always check, make sure that the scary ghost lady doesn't come running after me. Like I hightail it to my office if I'm the first one in. Yeah.
So you think there's ghosts in the library? I mean, it's an old building.
It could be, but I don't want to find them.
Yeah.
Well, we could
They're not
search
gonna
for
hurt.
them with our ghost detector. that
You have a
can
ghost
check out-
detector?
that you can check out. With
So
your
libraries are into ghost hunting now too?
You can check it out.
Yeah, you can
We
check out a
have
ghost detector.
a whole library of things collection. You can check
You have
out
a whole library of what?
things.
Things.
You can check out a ghost
Tools?
detector.
Can I get a hacksaw? Really?
Yes. We have
Ukulele.
telescopes.
A ukulele.
Games.
Now that's new.
It's very
Right?
It is new.
I've never heard of that.
We added it last fall.
And we don't need a card catalog for cards anymore. Now you can get seeds.
So you use the old drawers for seeds.
Yes.
So I remember when I was in high school. No, when I was in school, it was called the Resource Center, not the library, right? That we were transitioning into the newspeak of the 90s, and it was the Resource Center or the Media Center, right? And so, but now it really is a resource center, not just information, but things like, I could always have gone and found a book on how to play the ukulele, but you actually have a ukulele that I can bring home with me and see if I even want to spend the money on buying a ukulele. I can get a book, how to play ukulele and the ukulele. And in a week I can go, take this piece of crap. I don't want it. I'm terrible at the ukulele. Or this is amazing. Where do I buy one?
Exactly.
Yes. Okay. I like this.
It is a whole new era. It is not just books.
I had a conversation today. So there's a company called, you ever heard of, musicians might know a company called Sweetwater. Okay. So, it's like, Guitar Center, that type of thing, but it's way more impressive. And so I've, sometimes I get equipment from them. So I know the salesman for years, and they're in Indiana, but we've only talked on the phone. But whenever I'm thinking of a new piece of equipment, I'll call him, and he's always good, answer my questions and everything like that. And he said, he's like, so how's everything going? And I said, oh, good. We just bought a house, all this stuff. And he's like, oh, how much land do you have? And I goes, oh, it's like an acre and a half. And he's like, oh yeah. He goes, are you interested in I forgot what he called it, but it's like a mini forest where you plant certain things that all complement each other, but like they're all good that you can consume, but it's low maintenance. And I was like, that sounds right up our alley. Because, Cindy was saying like she wants a garden, but she's like, I know I'm not going to take care of it. And I go, yeah, I'm not either. So, but it would be great to have our own fruits and vegetables. But now here you go. Here's this thing. He's like, well, I'll send you some links. But now I might be able to go and get the seeds out of the card catalog drawers.
There you go.
Amazing.
So you brought the summer catalog thing?
This is actually spring.
Oh, okay.
The summer one's not out yet.
So this thing, okay, I know people like looking online. I have this. I take it and I pull it apart and I put it on my fridge. And this is how we pick what we're going to do. So because there's a children and family section, there's a teens and tweens section, there's adult events, and it's for every library in the system and all of their stuff. And there is constantly something going on. I don't know how you guys, for free. I don't know how you guys don't go crazy knowing when things are happening or whatever. There's book clubs, so if you have more traditional things and you want to do that, you can do that. But then there's writers workshops, and Robin did a May the 4th be with you event, and she does movie things, and there's constantly something going on. So if you go here to Gettysburg and you live here or whatever, and you say to yourself, there is never anything going on, you are not paying attention.
You watch movies there.
They do Dungeons
Barbie
and
movie,
Dragons.
What do you mean? You have like a theater there? Or like
we have a big screen, and we have screenings of movies.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to have to go and pay a movie theater ticket, you can go and watch a movie. There's
like a current release?
Some of them have been.
We do from different eras. Like one of our biggest, a lot of times they're classic movies.
Those are
Sandlot, movies like that.
Yeah, Sandlot's great.
This is one of my favorite things that happens is the Barks and Books thing. So you can come to the library to practice your reading skills. This is for kids. Practice your reading skills and read to a therapy dog.
Does the dog know the plot of the story?
No, but the point of it is it's not somebody who's going to judge you.
Right.
You can learn to read.
That's the point. Okay. Now I get it. Oh, I like that. All right.
And it's just
the dog's going to love you no matter what.
Yes.
Even if you're bad.
Yep. Yeah.
Yes.
So but how do you learn? How do you grow if you don't have somebody going, you kind of screwed up there?
But sometimes
the dogs know the dog's going to love you.
The confidence to do it. This thing is so cool.
So what? It's like all the things that are happening within the system. So like the one in Fairfield could have something going on, and then the one in Gettysburg, all in the same day, right?
Oh yeah,
you could have things all over the place.
Look how many pages it is.
And then the game becomes the family has to decide which one do we want to go to.
Yes.
We can only do one, kids. Which one?
Now, the worst thing is being chosen as the Cupcake War judge.
I was the Cupcake War judge
It's
once.
painful.
It is awful.
Everybody knows it's you who's making, if there's no other judge, because they do Cupcake Wars like that TV show.
Yeah.
And
what's more painful, like being pulled in different directions by the bakers or the diabetic shock?
Having to choose the winner.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Out of a group of 5-year-olds or
out of 5-year-olds.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, it's awful.
That's terrible. Why did you do that to them?
It's even worse when there's only 2.
Oh, I was the only judge. When I did it, it was a family and there were 3 kids in it.
Yes.
And so I had to choose between siblings on who was the best.
That's horrible.
How did you do that?
I didn't.
I do it.
So they both won?
I made them all 3 winners. I did. One was a winner on
That's
presentation.
why we're a failing nation.
One was a winner on like creativity, and one was a winner on something else. So they all won, but for a different category.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
You made that up on the spot.
I broke the rules. Yeah.
Good. Well, who could do that to her?
Bethany.
Huh?
You're a rule breaker.
I know, all the time.
I know, me too. I love it. This, by the way, if you want to show that again, because I don't know what you can see of me, we are celebrating 80 years since our incorporation as the Adams County Public Library.
Yes, that's what it says in the notes there.
Which is a big deal.
So now, what is this? It says 80th birthday challenge in Beanstalk Stack. Beanstack.
Beanstack.
What is that?
So Beanstalk is a reading challenge
app. It's a reading challenge app that we use for all of our reading challenges throughout the year. But we have a special challenge this year. It's 80 of our favorite books. And you can register for the app either on your phone or through our website. And you can count books that you've already read in the past. It's for all ages. We have children's books and adult books and everything in between.
I'm downloading it now.
Do you?
Because there's prizes.
What's your favorite book from all of your life that you've ever
My
read?
entire life, probably Lois Lowry, The Giver.
So you prefer fiction over nonfiction?
I do. Yep.
How about you, Erica?
I have a hard time picking a book too, but I really liked Rebecca.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
But it's old school.
It is old
A
school.
lot of people have never read that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in college and I took some graphic fiction, sort of Mary Frankenstein and those kind of books and stuff. And I thought Rebecca was just amazing.
Why?
I think she's just like all woman, and I just thought I want to be like her. Like
What does that mean, all woman?
it means that she doesn't back down. She doesn't worry about what other people are thinking about her, and I'm not
She's just unapologetically herself.
and I am not that. So
You're not unapologetically
That
yourself?
is the most erroneous thing I have ever heard you say.
Yeah, I don't know you very well, but I think that
You,
she's probably right.
I have
maybe I am
never,
Rebecca.
I have never seen somebody in my entire life, and we all know how I am, who can go into an event in this town and every single person in there is her best friend.
Yeah.
It is fascinating.
Cindy and I met her at Judy Morley's birthday party, and just from hello, she was acting like our best friend.
I love her.
Well,
I love Erica.
If you tell me otherwise, but until then, we're best friends.
No, that's very nice. I think it's refreshing. Please. What's your favorite book, Bethany?
Little Women.
Oh.
How about you, Courtney?
Slaughterhouse 5.
Ooh, classic.
6 questions?
He's coming back in.
Pride and Prejudice.
Oh.
What an asshole. How about Debbie?
That's a great one, Mike.
Lord of the Rings.
Ooh.
Lord of the Rings. Cynthia.
Well,
I love her.
The fact that I can't remember all the other ones that I loved so much. I'm going to say The Heavens Falling.
What? Oh, that's a good one. I like what you just did there.
Very nice.
It's our good friend Jonathan Lucci's book. Right up there on the bookshelf next to the Glenlivet 21. Courtesy of Tim Day. Mine is Treasure Island.
Oh, neat.
I love Treasure Island.
That is so a Matt Calorie.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. But also, I like I do like a little bit of the Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. I like those, young boy adventure books when I read them as a young boy seeking adventure. But I lived in New Jersey where there's not much adventure to be had.
We did just ask our county commissioners. So we had our proclamation for National Library Week last week. And we asked all the commissioners to tell us their favorite book. And we brought the books in, and they each had a moment to talk about why they liked that book. And Randy's was The Hardy Boys.
Oh,
Yeah.
That is a Randy
Those
vibe.
were funny.
I mean, yeah.
Not funny. Those were fun. Those were fun books. I used to read those in school.
Nancy Drew.
Oh, yep.
No, here's the one that most people don't remember. Do you remember Trixie Belden?
No.
Very similar to Nancy
Do you remember
Drew, but
Mr.
from the
Belding?
70s. I got those from, my cousin passed them down to me. Much better than Nancy Drew, but that's just me talking.
Who is it? Trixie who?
Trixie Belden.
I don't know that.
Okay, whatever.
Never heard of it.
You're not
you
cool
can
like
go
me.
to the library and check it out.
I might have to do that.
They're probably not in
there.
print
It's an
anymore.
older
Yeah.
book, so I don't know. But
they're not,
you could
probably not in
try.
print.
So, yeah, Court, go ahead.
There's one feature of the library that we haven't talked about yet, and it is the fact that at least the Gettysburg Library has the best used book sale.
Oh, yes.
On the planet.
Yes.
The universe, maybe.
Wow.
You wouldn't believe the deals I got there.
Go ahead, talk about when is that?
It's I don't have my calendar, but
Roughly. What
25,
month?
26, 27 July.
Okay, July.
Or 24, 25, 26.
Oh, yeah. I went to that. That's right. It is really good. I went to that a couple of years ago, out on, I think it was Table Rock Road or something.
The prices
Out
are
at Reading and
crazy.
Sauction.
It's insane. Right. It was soft covers were $1 and hardcovers were $5. And I came home with a box of books.
Yeah, when you said you wanted to buy books, I was going to tell you about that.
Yeah.
No,
that's
kidding.
good.
We have people tell us that they plan their vacation to Gettysburg for that book.
For the book sale.
People come from Virginia and
the Carolinas.
They don't have libraries down there?
They just have seen
Theirs
it
aren't
and-
as good as ours.
No.
That's
it was
the
the thing
answer.
after the
Adams
Civil
County
War.
library system.
There was a thing after the Civil
They
War.
weren't
What?
allowed to have libraries anymore.
Is that true?
They law.
No.
I never heard that. You know more than I do about
It's true.
that stuff.
Well, and Grant brings up a great point here. Does your library have a detective that hunts down over the books?
What do you do when someone so great? See, they can't hear. They don't have headphones on.
Oh,
so you're just all you're doing is boring them. So one of the people in the audience wants to know, Grant, our friend from Australia, he wants to know, do you have a detective who hunts down books that have not been returned?
We really can't disclose.
Exactly.
Yeah,
See,
there are
Grant, I
some
told
things
you
we
that.
can't talk about, Grant.
Exactly.
Sorry.
Super secret.
Yeah.
Dick Tracy. Right? Dick Tracy goes out with his talks into his watch. Isn't that funny how like that was like a thing?
That's what this
But
is.
now that's what they are.
Go
Like-
Gadget.
No, Dick Tracy.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I mean, same. Yeah,
He had it too.
yeah, but that was like in the 30s or 40s. Dick
40s,
Tracy,
I think,
40s.
yeah.
Yeah, and they had the talking watch, talking in the watch, and now we can do it. Amazing.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was just thinking we really don't stress about that the way I think a lot of people think that we do. If a book doesn't come back to us when it's due, it'll come back to us or it won't. And we'll find out one way or another eventually.
Yeah,
It's
like
not
you'll get it
as
from their
scary as
estate.
you think, yeah,
Yeah.
or would remember it.
But they have super easy book drop-offs right there on
Listen,
Baltimore Street.
there are a lot of things that are
Download your
super
book
easy.
online.
Here's the story. When I started dating my husband, he told me that he had not been in the library for like 8 years because he checked out a book and he forgot he had it checked out. And he was sure he had hundreds of dollars in fines. And that's not the case.
Okay.
We would much
That's good
rather
to
you
know.
come back. We can, work something out. We're not unreasonable people, but we would rather see you come back to us.
So it's
than-
like when a cop is doing radar and you slow down, everybody's like, oh no, but I can't slow down. He'll see me slow down. He'll know I'm speeding. He already knows you're speeding. He's got the radar. He wants to see the number go down. He's not going to pull you over if the number goes down. It's not an admission of guilt. Same idea.
Exactly.
You want to see you be honest and bring the book in, even if it's 3 months late.
Yes,
Right?
of course.
Bring it in. Otherwise, you're stealing. You're absconding with library property, county property.
Even if your dog ate the book.
Bring it in.
Because he's not the dog at the story time.
Are the books insured?
Kind of. We do have insurance. We have a minimum insurance.
Okay.
The minimum's not the
But like if
price of
somebody's dog does eat a book, because my puppy, when I got her, she loves the old moldy ones. And she, I turn my back for 1 minute and she's on the bottom shelf of my bookshelf, just ripping apart the classic old, they're all in German. I just thought they looked cool. But like still, the point is like she loved them and she ripped them and ruined them. And
They were all Dr. Seuss.
it was just a fancy cover, but they were original Dr. Seuss books. My point is, what do you do in that case? Is it insured, or is it like if it's an old book, it's like, well, it was only worth like $3 anyway at this point, we'll just replace it, or like how does that all work?
We are actually pretty lax about that. As far as I go, each of our libraries have the leeway to make that call.
Now,
But I will say we don't have moldy books.
No.
So your dog won't eat
I bought them
away.
at a used bookstore,
Yeah.
from somebody's attic or something. Now, somebody in the audience wants to know this. What's a guy got to do to get a library card around here?
Is that you?
No, it's Grant.
In
I'm
Australia.
so glad that you asked.
Mhm.
There's a lot of different ways. You can come into any of our locations. You can go to our website and apply for a card. Our cards are free for anyone living in Pennsylvania. And the way that we confirm your address when you apply online is we mail
Follow
you.
us home.
We mail you. We stalk you. We watch you for a week and we make sure. No. We mail you the card.
Oh, yes, that makes sense.
We're all about breaking down barriers, not making rules. And,
I like
and
that.
Not making it
I like
difficult.
that. That's like our business mixer the other day. We just want people to show up and get to know everybody. So that, and I like that idea.
That's a library.
And you were saying before in the back when we were just sitting around talking, you had said something about like, this area for the most part, bands together, we do things together. Everybody has a good time. It's a good thing. It feels good. And yeah.
The library is definitely a big part, and that's something that I really like about working for the library is being able to help other nonprofits either get their information out, have a place to meet, come and do a program. Fun Fest, you've been.
Yeah, love it.
Yes. Have you?
It sounds fun, but no, I've never
It
heard
is
of
the
that.
funnest day of the Fun Fest.
What is it?
So this is our 8th Fun Fest, and what we're doing is a kickoff to our Summer Quest learning program. But we have grown it from maybe 20 or 30 booths to around 80 plus booths, and they are all nonprofit organizations. So they come to Fun Fest, which is at the Gettysburg Rec Park, and they set up the table. Everybody has some sort of activity or something to do, and brings the kids, brings the parents. So you find out things that you wouldn't know. There was one organization that does early helping you talk.
Speech therapy.
Speech therapy?
Thank you. Yeah, speech therapy for kids before kindergarten. My son would have benefited from that a lot, when he was little, because he had a lot of issues with hearing.
Okay.
But how would I have known? I would never have known. And so this is an opportunity for the organizations to really be out there and sharing their mission and sharing what they do. So I love that we've grown this much to bring in.
Now, do you reach out to these nonprofits and invite them, or do they have to seek you out?
Well, we have repeats at this point.
Yeah, okay.
We have our regulars, but we send out and solicit asking people. And anytime I meet somebody with a nonprofit, I will bring it up.
You should contact this guy.
Okay.
And set something up there, and we'll come out there.
That sounds lovely. We'd love to have you.
Yes. The Digital History Pioneers is one of the greatest things ever invented.
And now people will know. We had over 2,000 people.
Really?
Yes.
It had to have been more than that.
Do we have that many people in the county?
Well, they don't just come from the county.
Oh, that's right.
They come from out of the county because of how fun it is. We have food trucks.
Had to have been more.
Activities.
Food trucks. Say no more.
Balloon animals.
Oh, balloon animals and food trucks. I'm there.
The fire trucks were there.
June 13th is this one.
Okay.
And we have.
That's the Fun Fest.
Yes.
Okay.
I can't tell you, but we have 2 really big announcements.
So you're teasing the announcements.
Super.
And then you'll come back and announce them.
Yes.
Or at least let Cindy or Bethany know, and they'll announce it on the news.
Perfect.
Okay. What is the Living Library?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked.
Well, it's in my notes.
I'm glad I had you put it in your notes.
I'm glad you wrote the notes.
So again, the library is more than just books. And there's other libraries have done programs where you check out a person and you hear their story. And that's what this is, a living library.
Oh, yeah. I remember this from last year.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we have a bunch of different people in our community coming to tell their story. And it's a chance for all of us to get to know each other, be more relaxed and giving some grace in our community by having listening to their stories.
And do you have to tell these stories to a whole group of people, or is it one-on-one?
So you can be picked out one-on-one, but you can also have a group. A small group, like around eight people or so.
I could talk about miserable depression. Would you like me to do that?
You can join me because I am a book on bipolar disorder.
Really?
Yes.
You're a book on...
I'm a living book talking about my journey with bipolar disorder.
Really? You've got bipolar.
Niacin has mental health benefits.
It's a secret.
Court, it's a secret, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Court says that niacin has mental health benefits.
Oh.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
It does.
I'm still worried about taking as much as you gave to Matt.
Yeah.
We'll cut
And just gave it to him, like, hey, take this.
Right. No
And
warning.
wait, like, you're not an adult and couldn't say no.
I mean,
You trusted him, right?
I trusted. Yeah, the guy's got a Ziploc bag full, and it's the kind that you put marinara sauce in and freeze. You know, like one of those giant ones, like 2-gallon Ziploc bags full of vitamins. Excuse me.
This is what happens in like movies. When some guy comes up to you in a dark alley and goes, hey
man, try this.
Hey, try one of these.
It's niacin. Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm too trusting. But anyway, so is that what you do for the Living Library? You talk about bipolar?
Yes, and I'm not the only one. So I did write down the names of people because there's
I'm bi-coastal. I live on 2 coasts, and you live on both poles.
in there.
Oh, in the head. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought that you were on top
There's
of the planet.
so much
and
going on in there, Bethany.
I thought you were up there with Santa Claus. All right, no, go ahead.
So we have Martin and Angela Zimmerman, The Long Winding Road. Pamela Cooper White is The Spirit Moves in Unexpected Ways. There's me. Then there's
What's the name of your talk?
Living and Thriving with Bipolar Disorder, A Personal Journey.
Okay.
Jeff Colvin, An International Incident. Marcia Prozo, where'd that go? The Path of No Return. Wendy Allen, who just won
I know her. Yes, I was sitting at her table when she won it.
Yes, I was so excited for her. She's coming to talk about Lincoln into art. Leon Reed, Remembering Washington When Things Worked. Marana Jones, For Jewels in My Crown. And you have to see her store. She's amazing with flowers. Janet Powers, Blossoms on the Olive Trees, Kites Over the Mango Tree, Circles on the Mountain. And Judy Young, Becoming a Better Ancestor.
Becoming a better ancestor.
I know, right?
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. The things people don't think about.
Yeah.
Well, everyone's has a story, right? Everyone has a story.
Of course.
I have them, but nobody wants to hear
you
them.
You never know, Bethany. I think
don't
you'd be
know.
checked out a lot.
No, she's right.
Yeah. Matt's heard a good portion of them, and they're pretty ridiculous.
What do you
It's
say
all
back there,
about
Court?
breaking barriers.
I think it's commendable to talk about mental health in an open space.
I do too.
Really do.
Yeah. I know. I'm like seriously thinking about.
Put yourself out there in a vulnerable way. So
Yeah.
people
So
feel
people
less-
can use it against you later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they,
Well, that's what they do.
You are, well, then what's wrong with them?
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, you're sitting there bleeding.
Well, a lot of people that came wanted to talk about, they had a family member who was really struggling, and how do I personally handle it myself? Because, my husband, we've been married 25 years and he's been through all of it. And it's really hard to be the family member of somebody going through something. So,
I feel terrible for my family.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I do.
I feel bad for Corey regularly. But, that's why this is important, because we're talking about things that need to be talked about and breaking, like I said, those barriers that we have.
Do you need to have like a moral to the story? Like, I feel like I would have to have like a victory at the end of my story for it to, otherwise it's just, I would feel like it's just whining. Like I feel like there needs to be, here I was down here, but then this happened and I'm up.
I do have a victory in there, and you would have to check me out to hear unless you want to know right now.
No,
But
don't give it
yes.
away.
No, don't tell us now.
There is a victory.
There is a victory. Okay, well that's
But
a
if you
good.
are interested in being a future book with us,
I am. I'm interested in thinking about it this year, and by the time you're planning next year.
And we collaborate with the YMCA.
It's fun to stay there.
Joint. Yeah.
Okay, right, and yeah, okay,
but
good.
we can help you bring your story together.
Well, no, I think I have a good beginning, middle, and end. I think there's a small victory. Victory.
You're a very good storyteller. You would do
No.
well.
I know I'd do fine with it. But I'm trying to think of what the moral of the story would be, and I think I know what it is.
Me coming on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Team up with Bethany, and everything will be okay.
Yeah.
No. No, I think the moral of the story would be ignore advice that goes against your nature. Because I think most people, here's my theory, ready? And I'm not a particularly religious guy, but I do believe there's something, right? I believe we all have a soul, and that soul has to have a source. Everything has a source except the soul. Well, come on. So here's my theory. There's a giant soul up in the clouds somewhere, okay? Outer space, whatever, who cares? There's a giant soul. We all get a piece of it when we're born. We borrow it.
Very Hindu of you.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I do love Indian food. So
yeah, same thing.
Maybe that makes sense. Anyway, so we all get a piece of it and we borrow it. We come down to life. Now, those things that interest you, that give you such delight that you can spend hours and hours and hours doing as a child, that your parents say, okay, but you have to do math. You got to do schoolwork, stop. That's, and then when you get a little older, it's like, well, that's child's play. You got to think of what you're going to do for your career, all that stuff. And then you're miserable. And then what happens? You get into your 40s and you look around you. You got a wife, you got kids, you got a mortgage, you got a job you hate, you got a beer belly.
Sorry,
and
you said that, Cindy.
Oh, no. That's not what I'm saying. We don't have kids.
Okay.
No, but you got all these things, right? And you and your wife have known each other since maybe high school, your 20s or something like that. And you're looking at each other and you're going, who are we? Who am I? Not who are you? Who am I?
Is this it?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, am I it? What the hell am I? And the answer to that is you don't know because you didn't listen to you. You didn't listen to, if I may, God. You listened to your parents. You listened to your teacher. You listened to the bullshit all around you. And you didn't listen to what made you happy, what made you tick. Do what makes you happy, regardless of how much it's going to make you as a living and all that other stuff. And you will actually be at your base level happy. Now, you got a little screw loose up here or something with the depression or whatever. That's the thing that's gone on top of it. You got to work with that, but you can do it a lot easier if you are doing what you're meant to do. And if you're not doing what you're meant to do, you're ignoring the Lord Almighty.
Wow, Matt.
Well done. I'm glad we're talking about it, though. That's good.
I do too. But I'll go into that and I'll give examples from my life and that's where I came to that conclusion. Okay. So there you go. All right. So listen, the Living Library is April 27th through May 3rd.
Yes. So there's several.
Every day through May 3rd. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
Different branches.
Well, that's just a handful of days, but still. So that's okay. So that you can register for that at adamscountylibrary.org/living.library.
Oh, that's not a dot, it's hyphen. Sorry.
You typed this.
Mine has a dot, a hyphen.
Probably my fault.
Didn't you copy and paste it?
No, I didn't copy and paste it.
Oh.
What? She's hollering over
She's
there.
She's yelling at me because I asked a question about copying and pasting.
Is it in here?
I don't know.
I don't even.
Okay, well, it's okay. So it's hyphen.
Yeah, there is a period on yours. I beg to say.
It's okay.
It's a hyphen.
It's okay. Everybody is forgiven. We all make mistakes. It's okay. It's
as long as you know
okay.
the mistake's yours.
Yes.
What? So it's adamscountylibrary.org/living-library. Or you could call them 717-334-5716. A lot of fun coming up here. The library is located at 140 Baltimore Street in Gettysburg. Ladies, thank you very much for coming in. Come back anytime. Let us know what's going on with the library. It sounds like a lot of fun. I'm going to have to do it. But we'll be right back after these words. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you like this podcast and what we're doing here, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the upcoming interesting history podcasts here at Addressing Gettysburg. It really helps the channel, and it's completely free. That's the best thing. It's completely free. Please help us make our goal of 25,000 subscribers by Memorial Day. Thank you very much.
Our favorite bookstore in Gettysburg is For the Historian, located at 42 York Street. It's because they have the best selection of Civil War books in Gettysburg, both new and used. And online, they have even more to choose from. And if the Civil War isn't your thing, that's not a problem. This is For the Historian, after all. They cover history from the ancient world to the 21st century with a strong selection of World War II and American Revolution books. It's astounding how many thousands of titles from Osprey, Savas Beatty, UNC Press, and more they have in their store. And that's because, well, they have a warehouse too. And that's where they keep all the books that are available online at forthehistorian.com. And folks, If you go to forthehistorian.com now and order books until you're blue in the face, be sure you mention that you heard about them on Addressing Gettysburg in the Note to Seller box, and they will refund your shipping costs. And if you prefer to stop by when you're in town, well, you could do that too. Just mention Addressing Gettysburg at checkout, and they'll take 20% off the retail price of your item. So go to forthehistorian.com or stop by 42 York Street, or you can call them at 717-685-5207. That's forthehistorian.com or 717-685-5207.
Want the freshest cup of coffee in Gettysburg? Then visit Bantam Roasters, formerly 82 Cafe at 82 Steinware Avenue. They roast all of their coffee in-house, and they have a full coffee bar to keep you caffeinated during your trip. Visit them at www.raggededgerc.com for their menu and shipping options for all of their freshly roasted coffee. Use promo code Hancock for 10% off your order in the cafe.
Who can forget the sounds of the 60s?
The 1860s. I can't, and you can't either. Now, there's Marching Through Georgia, the exciting new album by Billy Webster. All of your favorite hits of the 1860s in one place. Such hits as Gary Owens, The Battle Hymn of the Republic, All Quiet Along the Potomac Tonight, Marching Through Georgia, and much, much more. So what are you waiting for? Go to billysongs.com and order your digital download of Billy Webster's Marching Through Georgia today. That's billysongs.com.
Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center, Gettysburg's premier museum, is housed in the historic Lutheran Seminary building constructed in 1832, a witness to the first day of battle. The museum's 3 floors of exhibits connect visitors to the dilemmas that led to the Civil War, provide a powerful and personal view of the battle's first day, and explore one of the battlefield's largest hospitals. No visit to Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center is complete without a guided tour of the building's famous cupola, where on the eve of battle, officers and civilians saw thousands of Confederate soldiers' campfires burning to the west, and Brigadier General John Buford watched for vital federal reinforcements as fighting erupted on the morning of July 1st. Today, you can stand where Buford stood and discover how this view helped chart the course of the Battle of Gettysburg. Your trip to Gettysburg is not complete without a serious visit to Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center, Gettysburg's premier museum. Purchase tickets online at seminaryridgemuseum.org or call 717-339-1300.
To get tickets or a cupola tour, listeners may call or walk in and mention Addressing Gettysburg, or by ordering online using the promo code AG1863 for 20% off.
Seminary Ridge Museum and Education Center. It began here.
There's a devil to pay.
You've heard us promote various ways that you can help us keep the show going, but one way we haven't pushed too much is our sutlery at addressinggettysburg.com/shop. That's a shame because we have designs over there by talented artists like Ty DeWitt of 1863 Designs and Mike Stretch of the Heritage Depot. So now we're promoting it. Buying shirts, hoodies, mugs, and other items from our sutlery not only helps us keep the lights on, but it also helps guys like Ty and Mike, and it helps spread the word about the show every time you wear an item or you sip from your mug. So head over to addressinggettysburg.com/shop and grab some merch. It's the perfect Christmas gift for the Gettys nerd in your family. That's addressinggettysburg.com/shop.
Our favorite bookstore.
You want some history that hits different, ladies and gentlemen? Let's face it, history class didn't always spark our curiosity, right? And we love history. But at Addressing Gettysburg, we're flipping the script. We dive into the Civil War with guides who know the ground like the backs of their hands. Real talk about what happened and bonus content if you don't find any that you don't find in any textbook. It's serious history, but with personality, in case you didn't notice. Support us, if you will, on Patreon and be a part of a new wave of digital history education. You'll get exclusive content, early access, and the satisfaction of knowing you're helping to preserve the past in a way that actually sticks. So go to patreon.com/addressing Gettysburg.
If the show has done anything for you in a positive or negative way, would you like and subscribe and share? You may hate it, but someone else might like it. Welcome back to AG Today.
If you want to call in and regale us with a wonderful story, make us laugh with a joke, make us cry with your singing, call 717-420-1978. How you doing, Cynthia?
I'm good.
Welcome back into the studio. A great job, by the way. I'm very proud of you. I told her this. I said to her several times, actually, Monday night before bed, I said, I'm so proud of you. I said, I'm very proud. A lot of people don't know this, but Cindy is a real go-getter.
Yeah.
Okay? You want me to go ahead? You want me to wait while you pay your credit card bill online?
I'm not
What are
paying
you
my
doing?
credit card bill. I'm entering the thing so that I can show people.
Take a picture of it. Oh, you're entering something in the
Yes.
chat?
Yes.
God, I've never seen old ladies type faster than that.
I love you too.
You ready, Mabel?
I'm ready. I'm listening.
Court, I told her. I said to Cindy, I'm so proud of you. Because, I don't know if you know this, but Cindy's a go-getter.
You guys know each other? Or?
Yeah.
Oh.
A little bit.
Okay.
And
she's a force.
She is a force.
She is a force.
No, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. She is. I'm telling you. She comes home and I'm like, how was your day? She's like, I did this. I did that. I did this. I did that. I'm like, man, did you take lunch? Did you did you breathe? Did you have to pee at some point? Like, wow. And she does a really good job. And she did this this mixer, and there was food. And by the way,
food was
looked pretty.
And oh, you didn't eat any? No, you had
I
some.
think I had
you had some of the Manchego cheese that we took home.
Yes, when we took
And Court, did you guys
home.
take some food home?
No.
Why not?
We forgot.
We were literally sitting by the food table.
Oh, but the like candied walnuts or whatever
God,
they
those
were.
things were great. So anyway, we got the Manchego cheese there. We got your candied nuts, and we had some. There's the blue cheese. It was really good.
The soft pretzels were
Soft
good.
pretzels. It was a light fare.
mints.
But I also have to say that Cindy paid for the thing. She paid for it out of her own pocket. There was a bill that came into the email, and then I go, oh, there's a bill that came in, I guess, for this. And she's like, I already paid it. I was like, well, that is something else.
That's Cindy.
That is something else. So now some people said that we should do that every month. And I said, then we're going to start charging, right? Because you're not going to be spending that every month. But
Wow. The idea is that others may want to sponsor or in a way, either monetarily by, then they can put a table out with their stuff or whatever.
That's a good idea. And it's like they're
that money-
featured that particular
Yep,
mixer.
and then that money would pay for that. Or if somebody has a space, because, a lot of the folks who were there, I don't think they necessarily have a space. They're kind of entrepreneurs. They own their own businesses. They work from home.
Right. Online type stuff sometimes or
so
service.
There are some places, though. And actually, Chris and Bo have already volunteered.
Chris Brinkman and Bo Webb.
Yes, have already volunteered to hold one at the Film Commission office at the Schmucker House because they really, really enjoyed it. So we talked through that a little bit. And I'm hoping that some other places would, kind of want to do that as well. So there's some ideas, but we definitely want to make it monthly because, I kind of got to go on the...
build the momentum you got going.
Momentum we have.
I think it would be great to do it every month, but now that you...
What?
Bethany A comment just popped up from Bethany. Okay, you saw her writing for 4.5 hours over there, right? Here's the comment. App for the reader challenge is Beanstack Tracker. Why did that take you so long?
That's not what I was writing. I was trying to log in. I couldn't get it to work.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What would you like to say in the comments that you couldn't get to work?
No, in the tracker.
I understand.
I need
that.
my, yeah.
Okay.
I was going to show people what it looked like because but it didn't work. So thanks for calling me out, Matt.
Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Mike Lentz is passed out in the corner. Oh, damn it. Mike was asleep. Sorry, I didn't mean to bore you, Mikey. Anyway.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Good job on that. Good job on that. I'm very proud of you, Cindy.
Thanks.
Yes. She did a great job.
And we'll do it every month and we'll let you know then, okay?
Yeah, like I'm shooting for the first Monday of every month.
First Monday.
Yeah.
Every month. Go out, tie one on, meet some new people. Taiwan on. It's a restaurant.
Taiwan.
It's a Taiwanese restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So what was the other thing I wanted to talk about during this time here? So we got now, is it a military show this weekend or is it a Civil War show?
It's Civil War Militaria, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Court, you're going to say you don't know.
Court.
It is.
It's Rev War, Civil War, World War I, and World War II.
So it's Militaria.
It is called the Spring Gettysburg Military Antiques Show.
All right. Been to it before. Very exciting. A lot of really cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hundreds of tables. Literally.
400.
400 tables.
Yeah.
Okay. That doesn't mean there's 400 vendors. Some of them need more than one table, but still, that's a lot of damn tables.
It is a lot.
Who knew that they had so many over there at the All-Star Complex? But they do, is my point.
It's a great event space. We went to the Kids Connection.
So did we.
Thing last
Did you?
weekend.
Yeah.
Did you find anything? It looked like there was a lot of great stuff.
Amir got $100 worth of stuff.
I bet. And it was probably bags and bags
I
full.
think 3 or 4 bags.
Yeah.
And the updates, the renovations going on out at the complex.
Yeah. There's, I mean,
it's going to look really good.
Mhm.
Gonna look great.
Can't look much.
Baba Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full. One for my master, one for the...
Battle-O.
Battle-O Parsons. I was trying to get it to do the thing.
Battle-O.
Go to camera 3 there real quick, Court, if you don't mind. I just want to get it framed up better now that Cindy's sitting there level with the camera, not up on the stool. Okay, so that's going to be happening. I'm sure we'll get to that during events. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, that May begins our live-streamed Ask a Gettysburg Guides. And we're going to do the May, June, they'll be live. July will be pre-recorded, but they'll be released on Tuesdays at 8, 2 Tuesdays. I don't know if this is the first Tuesday of May, but the 7th, I think, is the first Ask a Guide. Does that make sense? No, hold on, let me look. I think it's the 6th. May 6th. May 6th is the first Ask a Guide that'll be live. So here's how it works, and we really will really have to beg you for your support on this. We're feeding the guides, and we're feeding Court and Mike for coming and doing the cameras. I'm feeding them, and
I was gonna say I'm not giving you a dang thing.
You're not. You're also not here to eat it. So, no, of course you're welcome. But I do have to limit that to the people on the show because I can't be getting a catered lunch for 12 people. Anyway, so because the shows are starting at 7 p.m., I tell everybody get here, by 6, and then we will eat, and then we will be belching for the first hour of the episode, which I really didn't think this through. So I'll have no sodas here.
Yeah, no soda.
But anyway, so we'll do them live, and we're going to now. Of course, we're still going to have pre-submitted questions by our patrons, but we're also going to open the phone lines. And in the hopes that people will get in the habit of calling in as they're watching it live, and but they just said this, but I have a question, and they're not getting to the question that I'm going to call, and then they'll call. But also, and here's how we're going to try to raise funds to at least break even on the meals, is if you want to ask a question in the comment section, because these conversations go on and on and on. it's hard to keep track of it. And we don't have an extra person sitting around reading the comment section.
That's what I can do.
Well, but you just want the free food. I
don't want the free food.
No. So what we're going to do.
You hate me.
I don't. I'm just busting. So what we're going to do is we're going to have super, what do they call them? Chats, super chats.
Mm-hmm.
$10 or more. That's what's going to be read. Under $10, we appreciate it. We'll say thank you. But if you want it to be read, you want your name, you want your question out there, got to go up.
$10 or more.
Yes. We're trying to expand the show. That requires a little dough.
Do you want to tell people how to do a super chat?
I wish I knew.
Oh.
Well, let's see. So I'm looking here and I see, there's you go. So there's a $sign right next to the chat. It's a $sign in a rectangle. I click on that. It says super chat. There's an arrow. I hit that. And look at that. It says addressing Gettysburg, $20. And I can change the amount all the way up to $500. And I'm sure many of you will do that. But all you need to do is $10 if you want your comment read. And those will pop out at me. So that's starting in May. And then in August, they're going to change from Tuesdays to Wednesdays because court is off on Wednesday. And I said to Dave, we had already booked the Tuesday ones. I said, Dave, when we come back in August, switch him to Wednesday because court is off. And maybe I can get him in, sooner than 5 minutes before showtime. Because,
Yeah, he has to work.
He's got to work. And so it would be good. It would be good to have somebody to work with in the build up, the lead up to the end, and also get in the food if I need, I need a hand. I need a hand. So it's going to be Wednesday starting in August. Okay.
Because I'm off.
Because he's off on Wednesdays.
Yeah, I don't work on Wednesdays.
Doesn't work on Wednesdays.
Or Sundays.
Or Sundays. And he also, I was talking to his boss, he doesn't really work at work.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. He just kind of sits there.
I don't
talks to
think
people,
that's
tells jokes, and pops niacin by the handful.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Shit.
There's this vein right
I know. Well, there's a lot of pushing going on right now. It's not the only vein popping out.
And now, all the news that's fit to print and a good deal that's not. Here's AG Today's lead anchor Bethany Yingling with current events and sidewalk conditions.
Millions in state funding will help preserve Pennsylvania farms, some of which going to Adams County.
Police searching for individuals who vandalized area near Gettysburg Cemetery.
Uh-oh.
Adams County Technical Institute's Joint Operating Committee speaks about plans and updates for a new facility.
Driver charged after striking 2 pedestrians in Gettysburg. All this and more in today's news.
Well, let's talk about big bulls then.
That is something. And do you want to talk to Wayne before you get into your stories here, ladies? I know I always do this to you, and it's very annoying, I'm sure. But, whatever. Wayne, you're on the air. Wayne K.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, kids.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, listen, Grant, I really loved the, I can't do it while you're on the phone. Well,
video.
Okay. The video that you made, I sent it to Bethany because she doesn't have Instagram, but it was very nice. I'll see if I can pull it up.
Yeah, it's too advanced for her.
Yeah. Well,
it is.
Go ahead,
truthfully.
Grant. What's your agenda today?
Just to mock you as usual.
Go ahead. I'm going to try to find the video.
Yeah, I was a bit worried because I've been working today and I had to drop off something, and then I get back in the car and the show hadn't started yet, and I put it on, and you're talking about a rash and some blisters and, poor guy. I don't know. What have you been doing?
Oh,
is he talking about?
I think the niacin.
Oh, the niacin. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Court tried to OD me on niacin, and it was horrible.
Popping pills again, huh?
Popping pills in the back with Court. Yeah. Oh, my God, right?
A great Seinfeld reference there, Grant. in the comments.
Oh yeah. I had to think of the library episode, of course. I would just, while I'm on here, I'd like to just say happy birthday to the great Victoria Veronica.
Yes, happy birthday to her.
The former co-host, former star of the show, and isn't it great that I thought she did so great on the show, Matt. What did you think?
I thought she was wonderful on the show.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I loved her on the show. I had a lot of fun with her, but I have a lot of fun with Beth too.
There's no better or worse. They're just different. Bethany and Veronica are just different. They've got their own qualities.
Yeah.
But I think Bethany, I think it was amazing how you sounded like you needed an excuse to drink. That's amazing.
The truth
Poor
is,
Cindy.
I know. Cindy's a pusher.
Here, you want to hear what Grant did? I mean,
I know,
you saw it, but let the people
6.
hear. Yeah, you don't have to play that.
Oh, I already did.
Well, okay. So Tom Cruise.
If you had to donate a kidney to either Matt or Cindy, who would you choose?
I have 2 kidneys. So I would donate one to each of them.
But you need one to live.
No.
Well, then I would just not live.
Did you abuse Eric Houston on purpose?
It was not abuse. It was emphatic storytelling.
If you were driving down the road and came to an intersection and you saw Matt Tallery walking across the road, would you hit the accelerator or brake?
Having actually done sort of this to him, accelerator and swerve at the last moment.
There has been an accident on a bridge with part of the bridge falling down, leaving 2 cars on the edge. In one car is a family from Clarion. In the other car is a family from Greece. You can save only one. Who do you choose?
Well, logic tells me that if they're from Clarion, they know how to swim because there's a river there. And so I'm going to let them go and save the people from Greece.
Well done, Bethany Yingling. You were very brave and answered all the tough questions. Matt Callery passed on a lot of questions when he did it. And remember, never fight up hills, me boys. Never uphill. Gettysburg. Wow.
There you go. Grant is very good. What was that, Grant? What was that? What's the program that you used to do that?
That was all real. I phoned up those people personally, and they were happy to donate their own time and video.
Okay, sure.
It's kind of fun hearing people say my name.
Isn't it kind of interesting?
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. Yeah. All right, what else,
Made me
Grant?
feel special.
Grant, hold on a second. Everybody keeps asking me when you're coming to town, and I'm like, I don't even know if this guy's coming. I can't get a straight answer. He won't give me the dates. I don't know. When are you coming to Gettysburg? Because you have to understand.
I'll be there.
We have to make sure that we can get you in on the show here. I know you're coming on.
One day he's just going to be like, "Yeah, I was there last week."
Well, let's just say I know you're going in May to once a month.
Right.
AG Todays. If you could do the AG Today at the same weekend of the film festival, it would be helpful. That's a long time.
That's not
happening. You said you were coming in April.
That's unfortunate because
we're not here. We're actually we're going to be in Harper's Ferry. So come down to Harper's Ferry.
Right, then. I mean, that's how it works.
First of all, that is a very stupid plan that you have. This is your one chance to come to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, this place full of all this history, and you're going to watch movies? That is dumb, Grantley. That is dumb. That better not be your plan.
That's what he was doing.
No, that's what he's implying he's doing. Don't do that, Grant. Change your plans 3 weeks out. That is that is very disappointing if that's what you're doing, because there's so much history to see as opposed
Matt.
to what?
So easy to get you, man.
Good. No, I'm glad you got me.
Got it.
I'm glad you got me.
Oh my God.
Laugh it up, because that would have been a heartbreak of a waste for you, Grantley. I'm looking you right in the eye.
For me or for you?
For you. Because you're coming to. You're gonna be watching movies and like
outside right now.
And then yeah, you can flick your bean to actors on a stage, and and meanwhile you could be.
Oh boy!
What?
But is it going
This is
to?
a family show.
Wait, what does that
This is
mean?
a family show.
Flick your bean?
What are you saying? Don't say that. They just said oh. Anyway, okay, I'm good. I'm glad you're coming and you can actually see the battlefield and get some history in, because there's a lot of great places to go around here.
I'll message you, Matt, so you don't cry anymore. No more crying from you.
Thank you.
I'll send you the details during the week on Instagram.
Please do. Thank you. I'm glad you're finally calming down.
Oh, and lastly, before I go, I've got to go back to work. But I'm happy that you're finally going to tell stories in public. I like that idea.
What do you do for work that you have to go back?
I
thought you were like. I thought it was like.
Dealing.
I thought it was like 3 a.m. where you are right now. I thought you stay up really late or get up really early. I'm not sure which.
It's 9:24 a.m.
He just said that in like such a derisive way.
I know. Like I'm supposed to know.
It's 9:24.
It's 9:24 a.m. on Friday, right? You're in the future. Yeah.
I'm in the future.
Yeah, your week is basically done. So you got to get back to work. What do you do for work? Just you don't have to give me like the name of the company or whatever. Just like vaguely, what do you do for work?
I'm so glad that you've remembered. No, but seriously, I do similar stuff to what you know, the weddings and all that. You know, weddings, events, all sorts of stuff, sound, AV, all that. So
yeah, okay. So you still do. I thought that's what you used to do. Okay, so no, you're right. I remembered. I just wasn't sure that that's what you were still doing.
I'm sure you did.
So what do you have a wedding today, or you have editing to do?
No. Oh God, no. That's what I was going to leave you with. I had just to tell everyone, if they don't watch Matt doing the
big balls
editing of these episodes, the amount of hours and tedium of I've seen people video edit and done a little myself, but the amount Matt does day after day after, it's really great. I mean, it gives you a big appreciation of the amount of work Matt does.
Yeah.
Thank you, Grant.
Aww,
thank you.
That was like the nicest thing you've ever said.
It actually was.
That made me uncomfortable.
I know, it's kind of weird hearing something nice out of his mouth.
Like I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop.
I didn't mean.
Here it
but
is.
Bethany, I didn't mean a word of it. So I was just.
I'll PayPal you the money for saying.
Okay,
that. Thank
kids.
you. All right, Grantley, have fun with the weddings. Okay, that's all from Grant, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to call and say something,
He actually was like nice to you.
well, because he saw what eye bleeding work goes into this show that nobody watches. So it's yeah. I love to do it. I do love to do it. I'm tired. That's all. I do love to do it. But yeah, so I've been doing that on Patreon. I've been live streaming the editing, which you want to talk about mind numbing. It's mind numbing to edit. How about watching somebody edit is even more mind numbing. So, but you know what? You got to do it. You got to do it. Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
And if it ain't going to be somebody else, it's got to be you.
True story.
And now, all the news.
No, you already did that.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. But that was a good, I just felt really good about that. I needed the.
And now,
all right. Go ahead. News. And let's eat.
All right. I'm going to go out of order a little bit here. I found this one interesting because, well, there's not a whole lot of news to it, but they are doing an update on the Adams County Technical Institute. I think I reported on this. It must be a year ago. It must be.
Maybe.
It was a
been a
long
while.
time ago when they first talked about it. So board member Jeremy Davis, who represents the district on Adams County Technical Institute's Joint Operating Committee, said expansion plans are still being discussed but no proposal has been formed.
Interesting.
The school hopes to build a new facility and expand its offerings. It is currently housed in the Gettysburg area high school campus, which it's just that small building off to the side. Responding to a citizen's comments, Davis said rumors that the district wants ACTI to leave the space are unfounded. Nobody has ever said that they need to get out of that building. We are not under any pressure for that. He did say that ACTI hopes to hire a principal who can assist Director Sean Eckenrode and other administrative staff. The two girls out there just worked to death. And then Superintendent Jason Perrin said he expects ACTI to present its proposed 2025-26 operating budget to the supporting districts in May. Board member Michelle Smyers said that she attended the recent ACTI meeting and learned a 9% funding increase is being proposed. Now, that's not surprising. But what was interesting is, I'm trying to think, I don't know, well, you weren't there, the state legislators breakfast by the chamber. They were, I can't remember which representative it was. What's the name of the representative that you...
Dan Mal?
Yes. Mal. He was talking about this at length because there was actually, Al Moyer was there, and he was speaking up about just different things between charter schools and all of that. And so then somebody mentioned about, what about trade schools and that how important they are. You don't have to go to college, and where is the funding for that? And he has been really pushing this and trying to get it done. And there's a lot of back and forth, but he's out there even trying to find buildings for this to happen. So there's some kind of a holdback. I do think that from what I was hearing, that basically the bottom line is that it's really tough to develop anything in this state. And so all the red tape is probably what's partially preventing this from moving forward to any type of a proposal at this point. But who knows? Probably something political. But it's unfortunate because there's been I can't remember. I think he said it's a few hundred kid wait list that's been there in existence since the ACTI was put into existence. So which is crazy. That
is being held up by red tape or something like that. But that 7-story monstrosity just went straight through.
Right.
Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny?
So, but the interesting thing is too, because obviously so correct me if I'm wrong, they are also partially funded by the school districts that the students,
I believe so,
that go there come from, right? So
because they have to go back and forth for certain classes. So
So I think that they have to pay a portion of that funding based on how many students go there, very similar to like a charter school situation where they have to pay for the students in their district. And so this is what makes a big difference, because there's so much back and forth about the public schools not getting the money anymore and children leaving the public schools to go into these other ones, which now technical schools are another one of those things.
The more scared me. I have said this, I'm sure, on air before, but like Mark and I are always like making Ezra watch episodes of This Old House in the hopes that
is that still on?
Yeah,
like the Bob Vila like a rerun, or
no, like it's still
Bob
it's like
Vila's
in its
still
40.
Is Bob Vila still doing?
No, he was done after
I was gonna
season 3 or something.
No, he lasted longer than that.
No, he got in trouble for doing commercials for a
for the home channel or Channel Lumbers or Home Depot or something like that.
Up there in New England.
It was Craftsman.
And so they kicked him off the show. So they're on their third host. Believe me, I've watched all 400 million episodes. But a
lot of episodes.
I know. So, Ezra, wants to be a builder. But
like Bob.
But
Bob the Builder.
No, like Tom Silva.
Oh, pardon me.
Exactly.
Okay.
Who he calls Tom Silver.
Of course.
But the part that drives me crazy about when you hear stories like this and then you watch shows like that, like there are actively people out there trying to get kids interested in the trade.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then there isn't the funding to help the kids get into it's just this vicious circle.
Yeah. But here, so I will say, and I don't know a ton about it, but I just was really impressed by this. So Kinsley Construction they're the project manager on the barn, and also All-Star. So, I was talking to one of them that is stationed there, the project manager at our place, and he was telling me that Kinsley has a Kinsley school, a trade school.
Yeah.
And so you can go to that and basically be paid to go to school. Some of it is classroom based and some of it is hands-on based. And so you can learn with them and get paid while you're doing it rather than going to school somewhere and going into debt. You're actually getting paid and setting yourself up for a job.
I mean, I knew guys that went through high school, didn't, there was no programming like that available for them, but they got a job with an electrician or a carpenter and they just learned on the job and they worked their way up. And then they eventually went off and started their own. And guess what? They're doing better than their friends with the college degrees because they don't have that stupid debt hanging over their heads.
And because it is so specialized, you can make a lot of money. The one that most people don't think about, but you can make a crud ton of money doing is welding.
Yes.
Because there are so few people that actually do it. And it can be a little dangerous, but they all can.
Yeah.
But I think, Dad, that's what he went to school for originally was welding. And he made crud tons of money.
Yeah. No, yeah. Because not everybody does it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. That's the way to do it, man. Just get out and do it. Just get out and go.
Yeah. Can you imagine, though? I wish I could do something.
Be like Brad Pitt in Legends of the Fall and just leave. Leave your cushy, comfortable home and go out in the world and seek adventure.
No.
Go on a sailing ship.
Avenge your brother.
Avenge your brother's death. Fight World War I. Fight the Kaiser.
I don't want, right now, I have a ton of college debt. I have a ton of college debt.
You should have just been an electrician.
But I don't want that for Ezra.
College debt?
I really don't. Yeah.
No, I don't. I think it's a terrible thing.
Yeah. And my sister Mallory.
It wouldn't be a terrible thing if you actually were able to pay it off before retirement.
Yeah.
But nobody I know my age has paid off their college tuition or their debt yet.
I have.
Yeah.
Shut up. That's because you won the lottery that time and you.
How come no one asks me about the ins and outs of funding for these things?
Go ahead.
What are you talking about?
Tell us what you want to share.
I'm really not sure.
Oh my God. That's why they don't ask.
Well, what do you mean? How come no one asked me?
Well, I don't know anything about it, but I just want to know why.
Because you don't know. That's why.
That's why, honey.
Yeah, honey.
But Mallory never went to college.
Right.
And she's always like, oh, Bethany, you went to college and so you have these jobs and da 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 da. And I'm like, Mallory, do you know how far in debt I am right now?
I don't have a degree.
I know you don't.
Yeah. I don't either.
But
And we're both millionaires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I know. I'm just saying that's, you don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't have a degree and it was easy street all the way through.
But see,
No, but here's the thing though. I knew even when I was going to college that it was a waste because I never.
Yeah.
I nothing that would get me interested me. You all right?
No.
What do you got?
My eyeball.
Eyelash in your eye or something?
Yeah.
You need us to flush it out?
In her eye.
You have an eyeball in your socket?
I do.
You know what I mean? I had no interest in the things that a college degree would help me with. It just the problem is people look at you like you're weird.
Court, did you just have the camera on me that entire time?
You can bet your bottom dollar that he did.
What a jerk. I apologize to every single person who just watched me dig at my eyeball. That was gross.
John Bupp says, my family business is construction. It's really fun and worth learning it. I agree. Grant says, Matt, retirement age isn't far off. Shut up, Grant. No, but yeah.
I'm going to retire.
It was Sears, by the way, Marie says, that Bob Vila got in trouble for.
I don't know.
Nah, nobody cares.
I just know
Thanks,
that he
Marie.
got in
I
trouble.
care. I'm happy to know. But I don't think it was 3 seasons. I think it was more than that. Kevin says, best forget educational / placement funding programs for Ezra. Get him hooked up with someone who can teach him intern him.
Teach him what?
Ornithological nitrate teaching. I don't know.
Am I being stupid? What
Kevin,
is that?
Kevin, we don't know lingo. You gotta, there's so many abbreviations for things here. You gotta spell it out. We're a little
on the job
dense.
I mean, he's either going to be a builder or a dino hunter, he told me. So right now, that's what we're between.
An archaeologist?
No, dino hunter.
No. Okay, but
to hunt the live ones.
Once he realized
he's going to Florida.
He wants to hunt the live ones.
Yeah.
He's just going to shoot gators.
Did you see that you can go and see the actual dinosaur footprints, and it's not too far. It's like once a year. Do you know about this?
On the battlefield?
No.
Oh, where are you talking?
I'm gonna talk about
we'll
it.
have to talk about
Talk
it.
about it. We'll talk about it.
Taco about it.
Taco about it.
All right, moving on.
Go ahead.
The police are searching for individuals who vandalized area near Gettysburg Cemetery.
Uh-oh.
Officials say a red-colored truck was seen driving through the grass at the Oak Lawn Memorial Gardens, which is out Chambersburg Road across from the First Shot House or the Whistler House.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Who
would do this?
7 p.m. on April 8th. When officers arrived, they reportedly found tire tracks in the grass and of a field adjacent to the cemetery. A witness said the truck was allegedly occupied by 4 individuals that looked to be between the ages of 16 and 20. After causing damage, the truck fled onto Chambersburg Road and might have turned left onto Knoxland Road. Officials say, if you know anything about this, please contact Borough Police.
Little bastards.
Mm-hmm.
What did they do?
They just got their truck into donuts in the grass out by the cemetery.
Like
Caused
in
some
the
damage.
cemetery?
Like right up against it. Like right, you might be on somebody.
Come on, kids. Come on.
Well,
Come on.
Do you remember that time years ago where that guy in the pickup truck backed up over one of the flank markers on day one and drug it all the way into York?
Yes. Yes.
Like you could see the grooves in the road.
Yeah.
That's how they found it.
All the
They
way to York.
followed the
They
grooves.
followed the trail. How do you not notice you have that?
Oh, I think he knew.
What do you mean? You think he knew?
I mean, how could you not? It would make all that racket.
Yeah,
and
but-
sparks would fly and all kinds of
But
stuff.
why would he not stop? Why would he go all the way to York?
People are stupid.
I guess.
But
I guess.
Yeah, I remember Lucas being like, "Yeah, we just followed the grooves in the road, and
Oh, that's
suddenly
funny.
they stopped, and there it was on the side of the road."
Right in front of the guy's house?
No, out by the sheets there as you're going into York on
So
30.
then they check the cameras, I guess?
I don't know if they ever caught the guy.
Oh, okay.
I honestly don't know, but he
Because those
backed
things
up
go
over it.
deep, too. They're long.
They go really deep. Yeah,
It's not like it's only the couple feet that you see off the ground.
exactly.
It's,
but people think that, oh, here's a big area of grass, I can just drive in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no,
Yeah.
idiot.
Not if we start putting spike strips in every patch of grass.
Everybody should put spike strips on their lawn. That'd be funny.
Things that I will never go near Court's house because of. Number 722.
Right now, it's an apartment.
Oh.
So
Yeah, no
But
lawn.
still, I'm just
there's
saying.
no lawn, but
I'm
if
just
you
saying.
walk through at the wrong time, we're armed to the teeth.
Yeah, there you go.
So millions in state funding will help preserve Pennsylvania farms. More than 3,000 acres of Pennsylvania farmland will be preserved through $12 million in state funding. The Shapiro administration announced Thursday 3,187 acres on 29 farms in 17 counties in the state will be protected from residential or commercial development in the future.
Yes.
Yes. So, Pennsylvania has some of the most productive farmland in the nation, Agriculture Secretary Russell Redding said. When that land is lost to development, we lose one of our most valuable economic assets.
Yes.
Yeah. So in Adams County.
And beauty. We lose the beauty.
So they did list out what farms it's going to, so that some of them around this area, Adams County, Cumberland County, Franklin County, Lebanon County, and York County. But in Adams, the total investment is $691,866. So it goes to the Diane G. and Ronald I. Resch Farm, which is a 50-acre crop farm in Huntington Township. Irvin L. and Audrey M. Ridlinger Farm, which is a 179-acre crop farm in Butler Township. So that's wonderful.
That's great. That is good. That is promising.
Mm-hmm.
Good news to hear. What do you think of that, Beth?
I think it's wonderful. I was looking for an update in this story, but then one I'm going to read to you next, but I don't see one. So
it's okay.
We'll just go from here.
Okay.
All right. Driver charged after striking and hospitalizing 2 pedestrians in Gettysburg over the weekend. God. According to the Gettysburg Police Department, officers responded to the intersection of Chambersburg and Washington Streets for a report of a pedestrian struck by a vehicle on April 5th at 11:10 p.m. The police said the investigation determined that a pickup stopped at the red light and turned left onto the 100 block of Chambersburg Street when the light turned green.
Mm-hmm.
During that time, 2 pedestrians were walking across the street as the pedestrian control signal indicated. The driver struck the 2 pedestrians. Both were transported to Gettysburg Hospital to be evaluated. Their current conditions are unknown. That's what I was looking for an update on.
Okay.
We don't know how they're doing right now.
Was he going fast?
I would say not.
I don't think so.
The operator of the vehicle was charged with failing to yield to pedestrians in a crosswalk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, okay.
So this is number 2 of a very serious situation in Gettysburg.
It's an epidemic.
But
Why
they're
can't
both
people
on
drive here?
Weren't they? Wasn't the other one on Washington?
Yeah. No, was it Washington? No, it was West and Franklin, I think.
Yeah, West and Franklin.
Yeah.
So
that you're talking about the man who died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the part that I think is sad here is that I actually know somebody who went through this and hit somebody in a crosswalk.
Okay.
And so the problem is like when somebody starts to walk across and you are turning, the crosswalk light still says go for the pedestrian.
Yeah.
You as the driver are supposed to be paying attention and know that somebody's walking across that.
Right.
But at nighttime,
It's very hard to do.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're in your blind spot. You know, the windshield, I don't know what they're called. The frame of the windshield blocks them out.
I do have do you have the update about
their
from
condition?
3 days ago? Oh, okay.
No, I don't have their condition. Does it say what their condition is? That's what I was looking for. I don't have anything about if they're okay or.
Well, all
obviously
it said
they
though
weren't
was
killed,
that
or I'm sure we
they
don't
were
know.
transported to be evaluated. So
Yeah,
it
that's what
doesn't
this
seem
says.
like it was super.
Yeah,
like they were
They were
really
okay.
hurt badly.
Yeah.
Yes.
It wasn't anything serious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that.
But as several of us have commented recently at work, you start to notice at a certain point in time that the tourists are coming back into town because people are not using the crosswalks to walk across the street.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so it's like you forget that is a problem during the summer.
Yeah.
And eventually you get used to it. You start to really pay attention because you get used to people not paying attention and walking across in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
But now we're at the beginning of that and you have to retrain yourself to start watching again. So I'm just saying all of this to say, guys, this is twice now in 2 weeks. Let's everybody pay attention.
What?
Maybe because also they don't always cross when they have the walk signal. They cross when they have
cross
the don't
whenever.
walk.
I cross whenever because I want to be rich and I'm impatient.
Yeah.
So
gotta get that Ferrari.
Right, but you look for.
Oh, I look. I don't just walk out there. you
Now,
know.
I have a girlfriend that when we go walking around uptown, she just like in the circle, she'll just keep walking and she's like, it's their job to stop. And I'm like, yes.
Yes, that's what I say too.
But they're bigger than you.
Well,
and there's
you
a
know,
lot of big trucks that go through
I need some time off.
Matthew.
Well, I'm just saying.
Urgent care.
Yeah.
Dr. Foos.
Dr. Foos needs some customers.
I think
and I need some time off.
A former employee.
Here I come, Doc Foose.
It's really Hanover Rental
It is a
Agency
win-win.
charged with alleged $31,000 theft from company. A Gettysburg woman who was working for a local
Wait,
property
say that again. I'm sorry, because Court was talking under you.
Former employee.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I got it. Hands off. Hands off. Swear.
Former employee of Hanover Rental Agency charged with alleged $31,000 theft from company. A Gettysburg woman who was working for a local property management company has been charged with an alleged theft of over $31,000 from that company. Melissa Wyville, 53 of Gettysburg, is charged with a felony count of theft by unlawful taking and 3 counts of unlawful access of a device, according to charges filed. Wyville has not yet been arraigned on the charges, according to court records viewed on Monday. According to an affidavit of probable cause filed by the police against Wyville, officers were called to the offices of Trone Rental Properties on 3rd Street in Conewago Township for a report of alleged theft by a former employee. Investigators learned that Wyville had been employed as the service department manager for the company since February 16th, 2024. That didn't take long.
No.
My goodness.
What is it with people? Like, when you steal from your employer, like, they're going to find out, usually, right? Especially if it's a car or
You
some
haven't
kind
found out yet.
Well, I'm not your employer.
In her role, Wyville had access to company credit cards for the purpose of purchasing items from the maintenance department for the company. The accounting department flagged that Wyville had allegedly not turned in all the receipts for her expenditures on 2 of the cards, and the balances were unaccounted for of $2,465 and $19,616 on another.
Oof.
At the time, the grand total was $22,000 and change. When they investigated, they found they were mostly charges related from Sam's Club and Amazon. According to documents, the company found that the Amazon charges were allegedly through Wyville's personal Amazon account. The company was able to obtain what was purchased and the receipts, and they're still investigating the case, but they did find that the new total was $31,940.
Jeez.
Oh, 222 unauthorized charges by her.
They're gonna notice that.
What was that, Court?
They're gonna notice that.
Yeah, you think?
I was waiting for more.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Okay. Why do you sound so funny, Court? You've been sucking on some helium back there?
Is that
I have no good reason.
those pills?
Are they
The niacin.
It's the niacin.
All right. What else?
Okay.
Beth?
Historic Gettysburg Adams County, or HGAC as most of us know them, celebrated its 50th anniversary on Saturday, April 5th.
Oh, how exciting.
By dedicating a hand-carved date stone outside its headquarters at 53 East Middle Street, which is the
place.
GAR building.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The Skelly Post.
Yep.
Yes.
The stone was crafted by master mason Aaron Burkholder. HGAC is committed to the restoration and preservation of historic and architecturally significant structures in Gettysburg and Adams County. Those are different places. I know. A centerpiece of HGAC's work is the ongoing restoration of the Grand Army of the Republic's building, which is a 203-year-old, which I did not realize. Did you know that? A 203-year-old landmark.
What is?
The
building.
GAR building.
That's
Because it was
200.
a church.
Yeah, I know that, but it's
before that,
203 years old.
Landmark building that now serves as the headquarters. The new date stone serves as a lasting symbol of the organization's enduring mission and dedication to local history.
For a good chunk of my early life, 200 years ago, was in the 1700s. And then now that's in the 1800s. And that makes me feel old.
Well done, Matthew.
Yes.
Yeah, your math is mathin'.
It makes me feel old, though. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How was it?
Do you have any more news? Because my next news is kind of eventsy anyway.
No, I have events.
Okay.
Your next news is kind of eventsy. Okay, go ahead. What is that? That sounds exciting.
Well, I found this to be interesting. The Majestic Theater and Plowman Cider have teamed up to present a contemporary cult classic Has anybody heard about this?
Wait, let me guess. Should we guess what it is?
I don't think you can, but you could try.
Well, any guesses in the back room there?
The Exorcist.
Okay, no, contemporary. All right, he says The Exorcist. It's not The Exorcist. I'm going to say it's, let's see, contemporary. Let's see.
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber. No.
In this 19th century supernatural winter epic.
The Witch.
Wait,
no, that's
19th century winter epic. It is,
I love that
The Revenant.
Ravenous.
No.
The Revenant.
The Revenant.
How about The Revenant?
It's The Revenant.
No, it's not that either.
How about, winter epic?
Oh, Napoleon.
No, that's not good, nor is that a cult classic. Winter epic.
You want to know?
Cults.
Wait, I do, but I want to see if I can guess it. I might surprise you.
Okay.
I might surprise you. It's the Never-Ending Story.
No.
Does that take place in the winter? Snow Dogs. Oh, I know. It's that John Candy movie with the bobsled team.
Oh, Cool Runnings.
Cool Runnings.
That's it. That's it.
That's it. Cool Runnings. We're done. Next story.
Yep.
Now, what is it?
Hundreds of beavers.
Oh boy.
Did you not see this? Come early and buy a Plowman cider to wash down your freshly gnawed majestic popcorn and enjoy this zany evening of hilarity. About hundreds of beavers in this 19th century supernatural winter epic, a drunken Applejack salesman must go from zero to hero to become North America's greatest fur trapper by defeating hundreds of beavers.
Have you ever heard of that, Court?
Never in my life.
Wait, it sounds like we have a beaver in the back room now.
I think I'm going to set up shop here in the Valley of Death. I'm going to ruin everything.
Wow, that is something. Did you know that there was a movie made about your people?
No, but I think it was funded by the Park Service.
You think it was? I think the Park Service. They should sponsor hundreds of beavers as well.
They do.
Court, look in the Streamlabs, the broadcast software. There is there a scene called Beavers? I know I have. I don't know if I ever put it in there. I have video of beavers eating around one of the monuments. But okay, if it's not there,
Well,
it
it
should
would be easier if I knew how to look, but
don't worry about it. I'll teach you.
nope. I'm going to look.
Gene Kayak finds himself stranded in a surreal
Gene Kayak
in a surreal winter landscape with nothing but his dim wits and to guide him against a backdrop of ruthless elements and sinister creatures, all played by actors in full-size mascot costumes. Kayak develops increasingly complex traps in order to win the hand of a mischievous lover. So the ticket prices are $9. It's Sunday, April 13th at 5 p.m. So it's not rated. It is action adventure comedy. It's an hour and 48 minutes. The cast is Ryland Brixton, Cole Tooze, Olivia Graves, Wes Tank.
This is a Ryan Brixton vehicle?
You know Ryland Brixton?
Ryland, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody does.
Mm-hmm, sure.
He was in, before this, he was in everybody's favorite summer movie, Where Are My Underwears?
Dude, Where's My Car?
This was long before Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah, it won some Oscars, didn't it?
It won some Razzies. Yeah.
Best costume design.
Yeah.
So there's a trailer on YouTube.
It's
fantastic. It is pretty funny. You should watch it.
What's it called?
It's called Hundreds of Beavers.
Hundreds of Beavers.
And it looks like this.
Trailer.
Oh, you're not there.
Hold on, I'm not there yet. Don't go to the thing until we're... what year?
This just recently. If you look on YouTube, you'll find it.
I see what you got there. All right, ready? Let's watch the. Now I'll get a copyright ding for this, I'm sure.
Oh well, then
no. We'll try it. It's all right. It's not like I make a fortune off these things. Ready? Let's watch, ladies and gentlemen, Hundreds of Beavers. Whoa, that was close. like the 60s style soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why
So-
they were playing God Rest You Merry Gentlemen at the beginning.
Well, it was,
but-
winter.
Okay.
So it's this Sunday, the 13th at 5:00 at the Majestic.
Sunday the 13th.
Yeah.
A date which will live in infamy.
I thought it was pretty funny.
That actually, that looks kind of fun, actually,
Mm-hmm.
It's quite the thing.
So let's see what some of the people's guesses were for this movie, okay? Let's see. We've got Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, I forgot about that movie.
The Shinning. Poe. Police Academy 4. Yeah, and that's it there.
We have Oh My.
Oh My.
I'd love to see that.
What about Bob Canoe?
Mm-hmm. A lot of good guesses there.
Yeah, a lot of good ones, but none of them the correct one,
None of them
ladies
are
and gentlemen.
Hundreds of Beavers.
Hundreds of Beavers. Grant with a funny one. Isn't that the title of the Dan Sickles autobiography?
Get it?
Yeah, we get it. That's
Yeah,
why it's
'cause-
funny. Yeah.
No. Hey. I'll never experience another winter in my life when I get FU money. You ever had rattlesnake?
Did you say Abe Lincoln?
All right, go ahead.
On the evening of April 18th, Adams County commences its year-long celebration of the 150th birthday of the United States by commemorating this momentous part of American history. What happened on April 18th?
Oh, everybody
Matthew?
knows that.
Big bulls.
No.
That's
Come on.
What is that? Lexington and Concord?
Nope.
That would be
I know what it is.
What?
The Midnight Ride of
Paul Revere.
Gather for a reading of Paul Revere's Ride, written by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Learn about Gettysburg's connections to the event. Observe as 2 lanterns are ceremoniously placed on the historic cupola at the Seminary Ridge Museum, signifying Boston's Old North Church, and more.
That's cool. I like that.
Mm-hmm. The 2 Lights for Tomorrow is a nationwide initiative to commence the celebration of the 250th birthday of the United States of America. So it's supposed to happen at state houses throughout the United States. So this is a way for states that weren't around then to participate. But since we don't have a state house so much as a county courthouse, we decided to do it at the Seminary Ridge Museum because it's old and it was there.
Yeah. And it's up on the ridge and you can see it.
Yep.
It's a
at
seminary.
7:00 on the 18th. So we will have people with the lanterns. We'll do a little ceremony, read the poem, talk about our connection to, because did you know the connection? The
To
2
Gettysburg?
people? Yeah.
No.
So Dawes and Revere.
Rufus Dawes and Revere.
They
you're
both had
talking about the battle.
Descendants here at Gettysburg.
Sure.
And so they are going to talk a little bit about those guys and how the connection between then and
6th
the
Wisconsin
Civil War.
and 20th Massachusetts, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
You could have literally said anything and I wouldn't have known. But so we're going to talk about that. And then they're going to light the building up as you go up the levels until it eventually reaches to the top of the cupola. And the 2 lights will stay there all night to signify the 2, if, you know.
Is the 2 if I land, 1 if I see.
Okay.
Exactly. There'll be music. There'll be craft for kids.
We've got some music right here.
Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-ling, ting-a-ling-ling, as a bell ring,
This is why another reason why I don't like live music is people like that.
Yeah.
And it makes me nervous.
It's so embarrassing.
My name is John Dacre.
It is embarrassing. It is embarrassing.
All right, so we're going to go back to this weekend, which is the Spring Gettysburg Military Antiques Show we talked about.
Yes, Court will be there, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. You can go see Court, get an autograph.
Not on Saturday.
Not on Saturday. Though.
Not on Saturday, but it is going on Saturday, April 12th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday, April 13th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. The new Spring Gettysburg Military Antiques Show is expected to rival the long-standing Autumn Show with 500 tables of high-quality military artifacts from a Revolutionary War to the end of World War II. This is strange. Join us for the show's debut at the spacious All-Star Events Complex on the grounds of the Eisenhower Center. It's a strange way to put it. So it's at the All-Star Sports Complex, which is at 2638 Emmitsburg Road.
Which is not the Eisenhower.
It is sure not.
But it's down there. But it's not.
You kind of go down the driveway.
You go down the driveway, you make a right.
But you turn right
Turn
where
right.
it says All-Star. One-day tickets are only $10, so you can check that out.
That'll be good. Court, what do you anticipate for what your participation in the event is going to be?
Well, I'm going to put out the vibes, and I can tell you that Jeb Stewart's headquarters flag is going to make an appearance, as will his sword, spurs, and
other stuff.
His picture.
Hello, Dolly. Hello, Dolly.
I love him.
Yeah, you didn't have to run. I never thought of that. There you go.
Got some good Charlie ones I don't use enough here.
Oh my God.
That's titled
guy.
Bill Clinton laugh. Because it sounds like Bill Clinton there.
Well, you can't see it because it's too small.
So we did Ask a Guide a couple of weeks ago with Charlie and Matt McClanahan. No, it was Charlie and Zach Fry, I think. Who the hell was it?
It was Matt McClanahan.
It was Matt, wasn't it? It was Matt McClanahan. And so Matt McClanahan is a patron lawyer out of Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
And he's made himself an expert on Archer's Brigade. And, one of the things we want to start doing more of in the history shows is incorporating the audience. You don't need to be an expert. We'll sit you with an expert. And if you get anything wrong, they'll correct you. Right? And they won't embarrass you. It'll be fun. And you get to show off what you know. I mean, everybody wants to show off what they know. I don't care. But everybody else does in this area, right? Mm-hmm. So everybody's, I know this, I know that. I don't really know what I know. I don't know anything. But you guys know stuff. And I have a platform for you to show off and flex your Civil War knowledge muscles. And so we want to let you do that. So we teamed him up with Charlie. They did an Ask a Guide about Archer's Brigade. And Mikey B was in, here's Mikey B for those of you who don't remember. That's Mikey B right there. And so he was in Court's position back there doing the cameras. And one time there was a moment of levity.
Bethany, come on. Bethany, come on.
What is wrong with you?
Come on, the camera's on you.
You are sick.
The camera's on you right now. Come on, get it together. Jeez, come on. God.
Oh, my Lord.
Camera.
Come on.
I just hate you, and I hate your ass face.
That's what she's saying to you right now, Court. So anyway, Mike's back there, and I don't remember what happened, but there was a moment of levity, and everybody was kind of joshing or something. And then Mike's in the back, and he says to Charlie something to the effect of, it's like, "Careful there, you grumpy old man," or something like that. And I was like, how do you say that to Charlie? I mean, we were joking, right?
Yeah.
But Charlie was sitting in Cindy's chair, and Charlie heard it. He just kind of goes, "Oh," and he looks at me like, I'm like, "Don't look at me." So if Charlie's watching, I am not responsible for what Mikey says, but I apologize nonetheless because
it's like kicking a dog. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah, a puppy, a nice puppy, right? That everybody loves.
Mm-hmm.
And he was joking, of course, but, I just like to give him a little hard time about that. That was all.
Okay.
That Charlie's segment was brought to you by Grant. He wanted to hear this.
Hello, Dolly. Hello, Dolly.
Go ahead.
Okay. The 26th History Meets the Art Show and sale happens on Friday, April 11th from 10 to 6 p.m. and Saturday, April 12th from 10 to 5 p.m. at the fire station on Stratton Street. This event features artists and authors specializing in early American history with paintings, fine arts, art prints, artist and author signings, sculpture, work demonstrations, hand-forged knives.
Yeah, sounds nice.
Scrimshaw.
Oh, good. Oh, man. How long has it been since you've had a good case of Scrimshaw?
Free admission with voluntary donations at the door, gladly accepted. Donations benefit Pink Out, a local nonprofit helping women's cancer survivors with non-medical related expenses. It will be from 10 to 5, both days, Saturday and Sunday. But at the rear part of the
gym,
the
firehouse. Ricky Fowler says, I know enough to know I know very little. And I love that. And I agree. Me too.
Why did he say
Because I was talking about how I don't really know anything, but other people like to show off what they know. And I was like, I don't know what I know. I don't know anything. And he's like, I know enough to know I know very little.
Okay.
What's going on there?
So Friday, April 18th is finally the grand opening of Lincoln Links.
Which I'm slightly concerned
Lincoln
about.
Links is the mini golf course.
Oh, yes. I was wondering when that was going to open.
By there, it's like mud everywhere.
Well, it's been raining.
But I mean like serious mud.
Really?
Like
Well, hopefully they get that fixed.
mud.
Well, there's not much detail here. It just says, join us for our grand opening celebration with refreshments
For mud
and
wrestling.
face painting. It is at 4 p.m. on Friday, April 18th. So that's next Friday, 533 Steinway Ave in Gettysburg, which is right by the KFC and McDonald's, right?
I wonder if it's the same face painter that was doing face painting for the kids in the cemetery during the Antifa rally back in 2020.
Well, you got to remember while you're mini golfing that people died there.
Yes.
Yeah.
As you're swinging your putts around.
America's a funny place, isn't it?
It really is.
You just walk right off the battlefield of the largest battle in the Western Hemisphere to KFC here.
Yeah, the KFC and the McDonald's. And you think of all of the cases of diarrhea that have been caused by those two places, and they're where people died.
And you're going diarrhea.
Yeah, and it's I'm not saying it's disrespectful, but we got to get our head on straight in this country. I think. I mean, these things have been there for decades, but they should have gotten their head on straight long ago.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially during the Cold War. I mean, the Cold War was going on, guys.
Yeah,
and you're building McDonald's,
right?
And Kifs.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. Waiting on you.
The Adams County Winery has its much anticipated annual blooms and bottles bouquet class with butterfly blooms. This is kind of cool.
Butterfly blooms, they do very nice work.
Have a meeting there tomorrow morning.
Design a stunning bouquet, thoughtfully arranged and attached to a bottle chosen from a curated list. With expert guidance, learn the art of floral arrangement, balancing colors, textures, and shapes to create a one-of-a-kind centerpiece. So this is from 11 to 1 on the 13th.
Right.
At Adams County Winery.
Okay. You going to go?
I would love to go, but I'm here cleaning for you on that day.
That's right. You are. We've got to move some stuff around. Eric's going to start using that room over there for photos and things.
He came in and yelled at Matt.
Screaming. He's like, clean this mother effing place up. And I was like, I don't know where to put everything. He's like, I told you, you son of a bitch. When I say jump, you say how high.
And then we heard a bunch of Motley Crue.
And then there was Motley Crue playing. No.
Go ahead.
No, he was very.
Well, we have some very
nice
we have a couple of VIP coming in early May. And we want the place to look VIP-licious.
Delicious.
Right.
Yep. Dua Lipa is going to be
Dua
here.
Lipa.
Quite a person to choose.
Yep.
Dua Lipa.
Well, she's going to be here.
Yeah.
And
it's a she?
If you donate $1,000, you get to meet her.
Dua Lipa into the pool.
Yeah. Got her.
So, meat night and karaoke at Blue
Meat night?
Oh, no. No.
Oh, no.
That's not.
Oh, no, not meat night.
At Blue Ridge Sportsmen's Association, Inc.
It's meat night. Oh.
What a shame of a name. Come enjoy dinner dancing with DJ Taz and buy some chances to win some meat. 10-pound boxes of bacon, roast steaks, ribs, pork, and shrimp.
Oh, that kind of meat.
List may vary and is not all inclusive. $1 a chance, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. or until sold out. It is at the Blue Ridge Sportsmen's Association, 3030 Waynesboro Pike in Fairfield. So that's just a hop, skip, and a jump from here.
Did you say the event is not all inclusive?
It is not.
What?
Meat night.
Oh, no.
I'm just really hungry right
Get your mind out.
Okay.
I can't stop thinking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Registration is now open for the first annual Bruce Hollabaugh 5 Memorial K Run.
What is this? The fun run?
No, this is the first annual Bruce
For the
Hollabaugh
cure.
5K Memorial Run.
All
It takes
right.
place.
Mark that.
Make plans to join as a runner, walker, or spectator. The race will kick off at 9 a.m. This is on the 13th. And we will have food trucks, raffles, awards, and more.
Grant wants to know what the best fast food in Gettysburg, other than McDonald's and KFC, is. I'm going to have to say Wendy's. No matter where you go, Wendy's is always
Wendy's
better.
burger.
Wendy's is the best. What, you don't like Wendy's?
No.
What? Who do you think has the best burger?
The best burger?
Yeah. You're going to go to fast food. You got to get a burger.
Yeah, double baconator.
I usually go to Burger King and get a Junior Whopper.
No, that is like
that's worse than meat night.
First of all, yeah, they say that the Burger King patties cause more cancer than cigarettes.
You're full of crap.
Yeah, because
I've heard that.
that smoked
You know what else
that
causes a
char
lot more
grilled
cancer?
flavor, that
You know
char
what else?
that char grilled flavor is flavoring. It's not real.
Do you want to know what else causes cancer more than
Stress.
Niacin
Starlight.
pills?
Niacin pills.
Niacin flushes it out.
It flushes it out. I don't think you understand how cancer works.
No.
You don't flush cancer out of your system.
You flush out the
If
toxins.
only it were that easy.
My favorite was when Nick Mitch was here last week and he said about how the walls at the record store are still bleeding cancer.
I know. Well, have you ever been in a house or so? I remember when I was a kid, my aunt had a rental property and I went with her she had to like clean something or whatever. And so I went with her to help her, and the windows, the people were heavy smokers and the windows and walls were just yellow and it was, summer and it was humid and they had taken the window units out. So there was no air conditioning and like the humidity made the walls like bleed tobacco. Like it was running down the walls. It was disgusting. Like that's like no exaggeration. It literally, the walls bleed tobacco, bleed cancer as we called it. Yes. Marie says, I worked at Wendy's. The burgers don't come in frozen. And you can tell. You can tell. They're juicy. They're delicious.
Always fresh, never
Macca's?
frozen.
He meant McDonald's.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's what they call it.
You know what they call AC/DC in Australia?
What?
Akadaka. I'm not joking. They don't drink Foster's Lager. They call them prawns, not shrimp.
Wait, well, what don't they? They don't drink Foster's at all?
No.
What do they drink?
I don't know, but not Foster's.
Australian for BA.
I have it on good authority that Foster's is gross. It's like Busch Light.
I have it on good authority too because I tasted it.
Well,
yeah,
that's anecdotal.
You know what they do lager-wise? Yingling.
Yingling.
Oh, speaking of Yingling, when I was at that Spanish wine tasting thing, the people sitting next to us were Yinglings. And I said, of the Mark Yingling clan? And they said, nope, never heard of him. They're from the auction Yinglings. And I was like, poor Bethany. She could have been in the beer fortune. She could have been in the auction fortune.
Yeah.
I've told you.
But she's not.
How that happened, right?
What happened? Yeah, you picked Mark. Picked the wrong Yingling.
You were born in Clarion.
No. Mark's father picked the name Yingling. He was an orphan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he aged out.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So he's not really a Yingling.
We have no idea.
Yeah.
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 He just picked it.
Does he know where he was from? Was he born here? Or was
He's from York County.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's
We have
probably
and we
German.
have a picture of a Civil War ancestor, but no name on it or anything. We have no idea who he was.
Oh,
I know.
wow. Wendy's getting a lot of love.
Do you know what they call Speedos in Australia?
What?
Budgie smugglers. Seriously, I'm not joking.
I thought he was going to say something.
We call them
like
banana
Courtney
hammocks.
or
Yep,
something.
budgie smugglers.
Budgie smugglers. I want Grant when he comes here to teach me Australian slang. That's what I want to know.
See, Foster's in Australia is an American myth. It was part of an advertising
try to
campaign in the 90s to Americans. Grant.
Wow. So they don't have Foster's at all?
I heard that like a lot of restaurants and bars won't even sell it.
I hear that they actually pronounce it Fisters down there.
Fisters leg.
Yeah.
Fisters leg.
Fisters.
Fisters leg.
American for Australian beer. That's what they say. Well, that's interesting. Now, next thing you're going to tell me is that the Canadians don't drink Molson. Okay, go ahead, Sid. We're hungry.
So the last one I have is Community Recycling and Donation Day, which is open to all, even if you don't live in Mount Joy. Join us for our Community Recycling and Donation Day to support local initiatives and make a sustainable impact. This event combines recycling with the opportunity to donate items that will benefit those in this area. Everything donated stays local and supports neighbors in need. Bring your recyclable materials and gently used goods and support your community. So the items accepted are, I can't see, how old am I? Electronics and TVs, computers, clothes, shoes, coats, housewares, furniture, cardboard, paper, magazines, metal, appliances that work, videotapes, DVDs, CDs, linens, rugs, and musical instruments. They will provide donation receipts. So mark your calendars. It is Saturday, April 26th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mount Joy Township, 902 Hoffman Home Road in Gettysburg. Volunteers will be available to unload if needed.
Yeah.
It's also the Battle of Shiloh.
Also, if you are local, this is like the one time to get rid of a television that you don't have to pay to get rid of it.
Yeah, televisions. But here's the thing, like
Good
there,
to know.
the
Throw
things
it in
that
a ditch
people
like everybody
always
else.
are wondering about, there are a few things that they do not accept. So air conditioners are a no, refrigerators are a no, mattresses are a no.
Gross.
So yeah.
Gross.
So just the tires, paint, none of that stuff. So
You know what?
Saturday, April 26th.
Grant brings up a great point.
He's often with
that
great
I have been
points.
caught on the camera a lot today. Normally, I'm not on the camera and I can do things like yawn. And
he does that. He caught me
Yeah,
yawning
picking your
last
nose
week.
last week. Yeah.
And today,
yawning.
Oh, sorry.
Today, it's been constant. I'm just pointing out that I am not normally this bad.
you are giving constant fodder to the camera's eye.
I am a delight.
I'm not saying there was nothing negative about that. I'm
Here's
just
this-
saying you are delighting the camera tonight.
There's this really interesting thing though, and there's a Facebook or a Facebook page that's called Death Stairs. STAIRS.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, let's all do our best death stares into the camera. That's what you're going to look like when you're dead.
Yeah.
So it's
if I come in a room and you're dead in a chair looking like that,
I'm telling
I'm going
you,
to take pictures and video and laugh and then call the
some people
cops.
are so worried about what's their last words to say.
Uh-huh.
I am not worried about that. I'm like, how many people can I freaking scare in my last moments? So I'm going to say something like, he's right behind you.
Oh, that's funny.
And then be like, okay, go ahead.
So it's just people posting terrifying sets of stairs. And so this girl posted these, and you're not paying any attention, so it's fine. You know,
Courtney.
you catch everybody yawning, but you can't.
Oh, I know those death stairs. Those are deadly. I almost slipped and broke my ass on those stairs.
How about that?
44th New York.
Yep. It's inside the 12th and 44th New York Infantry Monument on Little Round Top in Gettysburg. And this person posted them because they fell down them almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I should just post the ones outside my house.
It's those you have to be careful on those stairs because they're not big. Number one, because they had smaller feet back in the 1800s. Number two, they're slippery as ice.
Yeah,
like they are very, very slippery. You got to be very careful. I was about halfway down when I lost my my feet and my.
And you just they fell off. The whole
no,
way
no, no. Oh my God. I love the empty chair.
The vacant chair.
It was that funny.
Oh, God. What did I don't even remember what we were talking about? What did you say? Oh, I lost my feet. Yeah.
Diabetes.
Oh, God.
I haven't taken the camera off of Bethany.
I know.
Oh,
I love you so much.
Spite.
Grant's going to have a field day with this footage.
Save me.
I can't wait to see what he does with that.
Okay.
Nothing, because he loves me.
Because he loves you.
He loves me, and he wouldn't. You wouldn't, would you?
Holy.
Oh my God.
All right. Now what? Oh, slippery stairs.
Slippery stairs.
Holy crap. Oh.
Oh my God.
I don't even know if a 4-year-old, which is who that joke is designed for, would actually laugh this hard.
It was her face. It was her face.
What was her face?
Because I went, ha! And she went.
Now we're being accused of being drunk. No, James, unfortunately.
Pusher Cindy is in the room, so.
We're just happy to
drunk.
see each other.
We're high on life.
Yeah.
And niacin.
High on something.
Niacin. All right. What else is there? That's
Holy
it?
shit, yeah.
Wow.
Would you stop?
What?
Well, listen.
Son of a motherless goat.
Court, you are Courtney getting some love in the comment section there.
From Grant.
From Grant and Don Dingle says Court is crushing tonight. Grant says Court has a good sense of timming. You do?
Thank you.
Very much so. Yes, you do.
Oh,
yes,
my
you do.
God.
Yes, you do. Jean, she loves herself some Wendy's. Marie used to work at Wendy's. I love Wendy's too. And it's a shame that I don't go there more often, but I don't want to die. You know? The people that are listening on Patreon don't know what's going on. Oh, her side hurts now.
I pulled a muscle in my side.
You pulled a muscle laughing so hard.
Diving off the chair. Now let's cut to Cindy and back to Bethany.
That's gonna go on a court video, a Grant video. Oh my God, my gut hurts. I'm telling you, it's a serious situation.
What the hell's going on?
Well, listen, I don't know. Nobody knows what's going on.
It's time for dinner.
It is time for dinner. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what got into us tonight, but I guarantee you it was not one drop of alcohol.
Or niacin.
Niacin. How many milligrams have you taken, Court?
None today. I can't take them at work because they turn bright red.
Because what?
Because you turn bright red.
Oh.
Yeah. He
and you start itching like a tweaker.
Yeah, like a tweaker. Everybody's going to be like, I don't trust my money to this guy. Right?
Yeah.
He's not a tweaker, but the niacin can give him that appearance.
One time I had to fill in at the front because there's nobody at the
you're up
counter.
there. Yeah, right.
And I was like, I don't know what to do.
Exactly.
So I got a message from my immediate boss, and they're like, you did everything wrong.
Really?
And luckily they were able to go back and fix it, but
Yeah, but if I see you up there red-faced, scratching your neck and everything like that, I'm not going to buy an expensive. No, I'm not. I'm going to get the hell out of there and be like, I don't know what's going on. These places
we'll
are
just set up with layaway. Look, Bethany's whispering. I caught
exactly.
her.
Oh my gosh, it is a chicken.
Bethany.
I could house that loaf.
Houses the loaf. She usually takes
I usually take smaller bites. Oh my god, my gut hurts.
But when she cracks up, she jokes and snores. How lucky are we to know a broad like Bethany?
All of you love me. Do we have forks?
All right. So we're gonna go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for watching and listening and your continued support, of course. Thank you, Grant, for finally saying something nice. Thanks to Erica Duffy and Miranda Winslow. Oh, excuse me. Wisor, excuse me, I mispronounced it, and I also blew my eardrums out. From the Adams County Library System, we will see you guys next week. Have a great weekend. See you at the show.
AG Today's opening theme is written and performed by Colin Southfield and the Mushroom Country Band. Bumper music is arranged and performed by Billy Webster and sometimes Kevin MacLeod. AG Today is produced by Matt Cowley, Bethany Hingling, Debbie Jones, and Cindy Compton. Engineered by Colby Sumner and maybe sometimes someone else.
That looks slippery, and this looks bad, and that's a bad color, and oh my god.
A couple thousand patrons to be able to put people up in hotels. Speaking of patrons, maybe you'd like to become one. You'll find plenty of perks over there, not to mention hundreds of episodes that will help you further your Gettysburg and Civil War education. So go to patreon.com/addressinggettysburg. I'm Huevos Grande, the voice of Addressing Gettysburg. Thanks for listening.
I'll never experience another winter in my life when I get out of here. We've got you guys playing over here at Urgent Care. You ever had rattlesnake? Today was sad.
Yeah.
I know, but I didn't know.
Zabawa?
There's all kinds of wise tales out there.
This concludes our broadcast day.
Avril his men